hold on. Not going out. Okay, Carl, you're good now.
All right. Well, welcome to CRN, folks out there. This is a special event here for CRN. This is the CRN Cup. It happens biannually, and it's a chance for all the leagues that CRN broadcasts to get out here, mix it up together, see who's got the better talent across the board, see who can hang out here the best. A little money up for grabs as well for the drivers, and it's not just for the wins. There's all kinds of money and different prizes out there for the drivers. It's a chance for these leagues to kind of see how their talent stacks up against everybody else, but it's also a chance to maybe bring in some talent. Maybe some drivers are racing on a Tuesday night and they're looking for something on a Sunday, or whatever the case is. Maybe they're running oval, they're looking to get into a GT league. It's a chance for everybody to kind of mix it up and see how everyone drives out there, because this is 2 races here tonight. You're not just getting one from us here. There's 2 races. You see the first one here is going to be the Xfinity cars at Charlotte. We're going to stay right here at Charlotte, turn the lights on, and go a little GT3 racing here at the Roval. But if you're looking for a small field, you're not going to find it here tonight. We are, I believe, now officially at 50 drivers in the session here tonight. So this is going to be massive, and for better or worse, it's going to be a ton of cars out there. Carl Hammer joined in the booth by not just Jimmy Cover, but also Alan Gullison. How's it going out there, boys? Jimmy, are you ready for this thing tonight here?
I'm always ready to tackle on a challenge. 50 cars, I think, is about what I've had my max. If we get any farther, it's definitely going to be over what I've ever had on the screen at the same time, unless I was actually in a race. So just looking forward to seeing these drivers kind of come out here, have fun, see who can win, see how the talent kind of matches up across all the different leagues that we have out here. It's a time for everybody to kind of let their hair down, have fun, and kind of relax. Hopefully there's some patience on the track for this thing as well. But right now, just kind of looking at practice, got a lot of drivers pretty dang close all the way, either within the top or in the middle of the field or even in the back. So plenty of racing to be had, and just looking forward to seeing these drivers have some fun.
What about you? This is certainly your first experience in the booth for the CRN Cup. I'm not sure if you were around for the last one here, but this is it's definitely a different experience, and not just with all these drivers, but to get to see all these leagues kind of intermingle together. Alan, do we have it yet?
Oh, sorry about that.
There we go. Yeah, so like I was saying, this is your first experience here for CRN Cup.
Yeah, this is going to be interesting. I don't think I've ever watched an iRacing event with this many racers before. And, I mean, we're looking at the practice session right now. It's kind of like Mad Max out there. As you can see, just about everybody, having some fun, doing a little bit of destruction derby. So it's going to be very, very interesting to see how some of the top contenders avoid some of this chaos we got going on.
Yeah, I think the one thing that's pretty cool is seeing that talent, but it's kind of funny. You look at the top of the boards right now. I know it's only practice, but it's funny how you watch your Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, whatever league you're watching, and you kind of see who those top guys are in that league. Well, you'll see them towards the top of the field right now. I mean, you look right now, top of the boards is Alan Elwood, certainly known for being extremely fast in the Core GT series. You got Bryce Reiner up there, who's been really getting hot lately in CSRL. Jack Stoneman out there for Core GT or Core Xfinity as well. Chris Hamilton, certainly in a couple different leagues here on CRN, up there in the top 5. Craig Jancic, multi-time champion in CSRL on the roadside, but he's not exactly a slouch when you get to the ovals here as well. He's up in the top 5. Grady Gerken, Mike Casey from 191 is out there. Defending champion from Core Xfinity, Clayton Montgomery, only 8th right now in the standings. I mean, there's a ton of talent, let alone cars out here tonight. And then again, this is just race number 1. I mean, I'm already looking forward to race number 2, because I think it's gonna be interesting to see how those GT cars handle it out here on the Charlotte Roval once it gets a little bit later into the day. But before we get on a little bit further, again, this is about all the leagues that are broadcasting here at CRN. One of them is broadcasted on Monday nights, and that is the Hold Your Brakes Academy, and that is run by Shane King. Shane, we got you up here in the booth right now. Give you a little time to kind of talk about Hold Your Brakes. You know, what you guys are known for over there, what you guys look to bring in, and first experience certainly here with the CRN Cup. What you're looking forward to?
Yeah, we've been looking forward to this since you guys announced it, and we really appreciate the invite. So the Hold Your Brakes Academy is it's a learning league, so you have to be under 2K iRating to qualify to join the league. And the big thing is we focus on racecraft. So we race on Monday nights, and we have a huge mix of skill levels in there. And then on Thursday nights, we do like a race review where we go over, accidents, what contributed to causing the situation that caused the wreck or whatever. And then we also address any other questions as far as, everyone that's in there, if they have any questions about, how corner entry, what they could do different, or if they're burning their tires up, things like that. Just trying to help people get a general sense of basic driving, and it's blown up into way more than I could ever imagine. I never imagined we'd have a league sponsor, which is pinupsforvets.com, which is I'm a veteran myself, so having a sponsor that supports veteran causes is huge to me, and I really appreciate them coming on board. I never thought it would turn into be as popular as it has been. We've had close to 30 cars a race, and it's blown up way more than I ever planned, and honestly was really ever prepared for.
Well, it's never a bad thing, though. It's certainly it's a testament to all the good work that you guys are putting in there. And like you say, it's not just about having a beginner league like you guys have, but you're willing to get out there and help each other. It's one thing just saying, oh yeah, this is just for 2K and under, go out there and have at it. But no, you're kind of putting that teaching in there as well. And it seems like just a little bit of time that we've been partnering up with you guys here on CRN. You definitely have a good community over there. So thank you once again for being a part of the CRN community here. Before we let you get out there and get to qualifying, anybody you want to give a shout out to or thanks to?
Yeah, like I said, big shout out and thanks to pinupsforvets.com for coming on board and being the league sponsor. That was huge. I really appreciate that. And just a big shout out to the people that race in my league. Like you said, the community and those drivers. I have a standing rule that you leave your ego in the pits, and we rarely have any kind of issues as far as driver on driver. I know there was a little excitement at the end of last week that we'll have to wait and see how that plays out. But I just really appreciate all the drivers, and again, pinupsforvets.com for coming on board. And thank you guys for doing the broadcast. You guys do a fantastic job, and I really appreciate it. And thanks for the invite to this.
There wouldn't be a broadcast without your participation, so thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
All right, buddy. We'll let you get to it. I know there's a couple cars out there, so we'll let you get to qualifying. See if you can get up there far enough in the field, and we'll see what can actually put out there on the track.
All right, thanks, guys. Hope you put on a good show.
Thank you.
Absolutely, buddy. That is Shane King, as he is the man behind the curtains at the Hold Your Brakes Academy. We'll bring in Jim Dutton here in a few moments once he's done with his qualifying run. We'll get him in here. He is the owner of CSRL. They run on Wednesday nights. But in the meantime, before we bring him in, talk to you about Virtual Velocity Racing. They are an ARCA series for this season that runs on Thursday nights, and there's quite a bit of talent in there. It's fun broadcasting them every week when they're out there. They do take into consideration some of the summer breaks and things like that into the schedule, so it's a little bit longer of a schedule. It's around the typical length of races, but it's really a really good group of guys over there. There's a lot of like I said, talent from kind of top to bottom on Thursday nights, and certainly some drivers maybe a little bit better than others this season. There's certainly been a couple of diamonds that are starting to shine through, but it feels like there's about 10 different cars that can win on any given night. And if you're looking for a good ARCA series, definitely check out Virtual Velocity Racing on Thursday nights. The man behind the the wheel there is Tim Lee, not out here with us tonight. I know, excuse me. He's got some family things going on, and I think after talking to him, he'd probably rather be in here. But it is what it is sometimes. But we will. Looks like we'll get Jim Dutton in here. I believe he is done with his qualifying. Just wanted to make sure. Yeah, it looks like he is all done with his qualifying. So now we'll bring in Jim Dutton. And Jimmy, why don't you go ahead and take the interview here with Jim?
Hey Jim, it's Jimmy and Carl and Alan up in the booth here. You're always a great person to talk to, and it's always fun on Wednesday nights. So just before we get started here tonight, as qualifying is starting to come to an end, we wanted to talk to you and kind of give you some time to basically tell everybody out there what CSRL is all about.
Well, CSRL is a league where pants are optional.
Nice.
Yeah, it's exactly right. It's good people getting together, learning GT3 cars and tracks, and kind of tips of the trade. We have some really quick guys. Craig Jancic comes to mind immediately. Christopher Hamilton from your camp as well. I'm missing some people, of course, but everybody's willing to lend a hand to each other, and it's a good group of racers. And no matter how quick you are, you have somebody to race. We're hoping to hit 40 cars this week. Hopefully I'm not jinxing it, but we're at Road America, and it's looking pretty good to where we can. Where are you guys at tonight, by the way? You got to be over the 40.
Well, if you
we're over the 50.
We're over the 50. So if you want to preview what 50 cars look like, this is it.
Awesome. No, I'm excited for you guys. That's amazing. Good job. Yeah, congratulations. And definitely if you have Wednesday nights free, a lot of people say it's the best night of the week. So yeah, come on out.
It's definitely a lot of fun over there Wednesday night with CSRL. Me and Carl have a blast each and every week, and watching them drivers race. Everybody's kind of putting their own categories. I got the platinum, a gold, and a silver division. So you don't necessarily need to be the fastest guy to win a championship over there at CSRL either. But Jim, before we let you get out there and go racing with the fellas, or I should say drivers, because anybody could be out here tonight, and you got any shout outs and whatnot?
Shout out to Cord for putting this on, for sure. Shout out to the admin helping me run my league, and all the drivers. And yeah, let's go out, have a great time. I'm excited for tonight.
And enjoy your time out there. We'll see you out here on the oval, and we'll see what you can do on the roadside as well. But good luck, and hopefully we'll get to talk to you again.
Sounds good. Thanks very much, guys.
Thank you.
Is tonight the driver of the 83 and one of our 3 Canadians in the field, as we got Jim Dutton, we got Alex Jaspers out there running for the Core GT, and then we got Tiffany Ellis out there running for the I believe that I'm forgetting now if that's 191 or Hold Your Brakes. That is going to be further for the Hold Your Brakes Academy. Tiffany Ellis out there running for, but I'm not going to do it to you, Jimmy, because I know we're going to get around this pace up pretty quickly. We got a 50-car field. I'm not sure if you want to go through our 50-car lineup, but what the hell? Give us our 50-car lineup here for tonight.
We're going to do it. I might run out of breath, but here we go. Alan Elwood, Craig Jancic, Bryce Reiner, Clayton Montgomery, Andrew Pileshi, Grady Gerken, Todd Merkel, Tyler Skoczen, Brandon Mettler, and Kevin Foster for your top 10. Jeremy Gill, TJ Ivey, Casey Shue, Michael Casey, Christopher Hamilton, Dave Tilford, Robert Higgs Jr., and Louis Orduna make up the top 18. And then we'll move back a little bit farther in the field. In 19th, you will have Austin Call. 20th will be Andrew Jones. Then back in 21st, we'll have Frank Pisano, Paul Helms in 22nd, Matt Olmers in 23rd, Gordon Larson's in 24th, Glenn Lawson in 25th, Paul Owens in 26th, Justin Spengler in 27th, Jack Stoneman's in 28th, Tiffany Ellis is in 29th, Dylan Jacobs in 30th, Bradley Worley, Daniel Pinkston, Brayden Carlson, Shane King, Jacen Chrisman, Caesar Cologne, Matthew Radford, Jim Dutton for your top 38. Then we'll move back farther through the field. Trent Blaylock in 39th, Foster Yates in 40th. Bill Burrell is in 41st, Richard Hartman is in 42nd, Kelly Akron 43rd, Alex Jaspers 44th, Matthew Simmons in 45th, Michael Pratt's in 46th. Man, has he got his workout cut out for him tonight. because he is our
Yes,
back
sir.
of the pack rat. Matthew Jordan in 47th, Reina Dilemma in 48th. 49th is our man up here in the booth, taking up a spot, but Christopher Dyke will be there in 50th, Don King in 51st. So 50 cars out on the track. We're ready to go racing, Carl.
Yeah, Jimmy, go have a smoke after that one. Me and Alan will take over here for a little bit. That was that was, I think, the best I think I've ever heard you go through the names as well. I'm kind of disappointed.
I said their names, Carl.
I'm so disappointed in you. But I mean, this is absolutely amazing. I want to thank all the leagues out here for coming out here and putting these drivers out here. And just about every league I talked to were just like, oh my God, yes, this is a hell of an idea, hell of an event, and they're showing it. They got a lot of people out here, but it's not just about them. This is the CRN Cup. That means everyone out there in CRN Nation, you guys are part of this as well. And you guys are going to be a part of not just both these races, because we're going to have a poll towards the end of each race, and you're going to decide on who is the driver of the race for each of these races here tonight. But also, everyone out there tuning in here tonight, if you are subscribed to CRN, you will be entered and eligible for a chance at a custom t-shirt, as we are getting ready to go. Green flag racing, 50 laps on tap, 50 cars out in the field. We are racing at Charlotte.
Boogity, 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 I think Darrell Waltrip used to say.
Heading off into turn number one, it's certainly a battle that we used to see back in the, I think it was season number 5 for the Core Xfinity. Alan Elwood out front, Craig Jancic up there battling with him. Elwood is going to have the lead into turn number 3 for the first time, and man, I have to laugh because it's just amazing. All of these cars just ripping by the backstretch here. Completing lap number 1, and a couple cars hitting that turn number 4 wall, but they're going to do something that I wasn't sure we were going to be able to do here tonight, and I doubted these drivers. We completed lap 1. We're green flag still, boys.
Green flag, lap 1. These racers are running what they normally do. A lot of good drivers out here throughout the field. And Carl, I don't want to say a lot of good drivers. All these drivers have talent, and a lot of them are just different stages of their iRacing career. And to see them all get out here, we do have a caution here as we cross the line to take lap number 3.
Trying to see where this might have been. I'm wondering if it involved David Tilford. I've seen he's sliding back here a little bit, maybe.
I think somewhere up in here.
A little bit of net code right there between Gerken and Montgomery. It wasn't there.
Trying to see who it might be. I got some people. I don't know.
Unfortunately, SDK didn't pick it up on their side for us. But yeah, I mean, I didn't see anybody in particular falling back through the field too crazily. Other than I seen David Tilford drop a couple spots, but I don't know if that was maybe just checking up for the caution. But we are under the yellow flag here, and it'll give us a chance to talk about all of the prizes that are going to go out here tonight. Obviously, just got that mentioning. Everyone out there in CR Nation, again, if you are subscribed here to the channel, you will have a chance to get yourself a free t-shirt out there, but you're also going to get a chance to vote for the drivers of the race. We're going to get together, myself, Alan, and Jimmy, and kind of decide who the top 5 guys are, at least who we think in this race, and then we'll give it up to everyone out there, and we'll let you vote on who you think is going to be the driver of the race here for the Xfinity race, and then we'll do the same thing for the GT race, which is going to follow. So we got 50 laps here for the Xfinity cars, and then right after that, we're going to get to the GT3 action. It's going to be a 30-minute race here on the Roval, and both these races are going to go by pretty quickly out here tonight. But I want to thank everyone out there for tuning in regardless. I mean, hit that like, hit that subscribe, and blow this thing up as much as these drivers and these leagues have done here tonight, bringing all this action out here. But as I mentioned, we'll get to the prizes that are going to be out here tonight. As the other thing that has been amazing is the inflow of support financially for this event, and none so more than Kim's Cups and More. And definitely want to shout out Wade Enyard. I know he didn't want to take any kind of credit or anything like that, but big support from Wade Enyard and his wife for Kim's Cups and More, and certainly check them out on Facebook. That's Kim's with a K and then Cups with a K. Check them out on Facebook for anything that you're looking for. If you're looking for a custom-made tumbler, T-shirts, things like that, they are going to be the ones that are supplying the custom T-shirts for you lucky winners out there as well. But getting to what we're going to win here tonight as drivers, the winning league here tonight is going to get a cool $100. So the way it works out here tonight, the top 3 drivers for each league, their points will go into their team points total. The rest will essentially get washed out. They'll keep them for their individual awards, but the winning league after both the races, the one that has the most points, will get $100. For each of the races here tonight for the oval and the road, the winner will get $60. Second place will get $30. Third will get $15, $10, and $5 for fourth and fifth place. And then the hard charger, the person that gains the most positions, which I'm wondering which one Michael Pratt's going for. That is going to be $10 for the hard charger. And then there's also going to be the rear charger. That's the person that loses the most positions. They're going to get a cool $2.50. It's just a kind of good job, but kind of not. A little prize for them. The driver with the most points over both the races will get $60, but it's not going to be for someone that wins the race. It has to be for a non-race winner. And then it'll be the same thing for second place, most points without being a race winner, $30. Third is going to be $10. The oval driver of the race, the ones that you vote for, is going to be $20. Same thing for the road. And then there's going to be random winners that haven't won anything else. We're going to have a 7-person drawing for $10 each. But we are back to green flag racing here. Hopefully they can get this thing spread out, have a little fun out there. Alan Elwood stretching back out to the lead. Craig Jancic in second. Bryce Reiner, Grady Gerken, Tyler Skoczen for your top 5. Then you got Montgomery, Foster, Paleshi, Mettler, and Shu for your top 10.
Yeah, a lot of people moving around. Actually, there's so many cars on the track so close. The first time I've had the computer's struggling a little bit. It should be raining or something. There's a lot of cars.
Flickering going on.
Yeah, a little bit of flickering going on out there. So I do apologize. As maybe one day I'll have a separate streaming machine. And that ought to be in the works. I'll have to talk to some sponsors or something for CRN. But either way, some good racing going out here so far. I do see a lot of drivers coming up through the pack. I want to give a shout to all the fans out there. I do see that we have about 33 people watching. So please, like, share, subscribe, share with your friends. We talk to you all every single week. And these drivers really do appreciate every single one of you fans out there that come out to watch them and compete here on CRN. This is just another day here on the track, but another caution is going to fly here on lap number 8 of 50, trying to find out maybe who was involved here. Again, there's so much.
Looks like I see Spengler off the track. I see Frank Bassano possibly involved in this one.
So we're going to go ahead and we're going to click on this yellow flag, and then we're going to stop it. And you said Spengler? Give me a position.
I've seen Spengler and Bassano.
Yeah.
Looks like Bassano's back there in 48th right now.
I think this might be it right here.
As it's jumping around.
Yeah, you can see the 36 there. Kind of rear kind of out. Get a little loose there. Right there in front of the 5. Yep.
The 36 of Frank Bassano.
Mm-hmm.
And looks like he actually caught it, and then all of a sudden,
yep,
that thing just shot up to the right, and going to collect a few other cars in this one as well. Going to bring out a caution. We'll see a few of these guys come into the pits. See 98 get shot down to the inside. Some pretty heavy damage there from the 98 of Jacen Chrisman as well. And a few cars getting involved in this one, but you see just a little bit of slide like that, but it's, with so many cars out here, unless it's a slide from somebody in the back, is a good chance that there's going to be some kind of issues. You see right there at the end, the 88 coming in there, tagging the 128 as well. And going to send a few cars to the pits to use a fast repair. But not really seeing too many drivers taken to pit lane. I think they're thinking that you can make it all the way, and you can. It's full tank of fuel for these drivers out here tonight. So I would not be surprised if they decide to try and run this thing out all the way. And, maybe halfway through the race, if we get a caution, maybe they'll consider coming in there and taking some new tires, just to have a little bit better of a run here towards the end. But we'll get you back live here in a second. It is Alan Elwood, Craig Jansick, Grady Gerken, Tyler Skoczen, and Bryce Reiner for your top 5. But Alan, I mean, so far we've run about 10 laps now. We had a couple cautions. This one right here, just a little bit of a mistake there from Frank Pisano getting sideways. It seemed like he saved it, but you seen what can happen. You think you save it, you come back up onto the track, and that thing just shot up on him.
Yeah, that's kind of the thing about iRacing too, is sometimes the crashes can get a little sticky. It's, you go into the wall and you just get stuck there, and unfortunately the people that are collected in the crash get stuck to you as well. And I know it's an oval track, but it seems like sometimes when two cars come together, they just get kind of locked up, and you try to pull away from it, but there's some kind of gravity there pulling you into another car.
Well, look like we're going to double them up here and once again get this thing back underway. And I think, all things considered, I mean, considering how many cars are out here tonight, I think it's started off pretty well. I mean, a little mistake right there is all it takes to bring out a caution. But I mean, with this many cars out here, I mean, you see them even doubled up here. You're pretty much taking up the entire backstretch when you're coming down here. So it's pretty amazing to see out there. And once again, want to thank all the fans for tuning in here tonight, but also all the drivers for coming out here and spending a Saturday night with us on CRN for this little fun event. I know there's a little bit of scratch out there to play for, to race for, but I know a lot of times a little bit of pride comes in as well, and you're certainly you're racing out there for pride. That the money is nice, but knowing that you came out here and beat 49 other drivers to the line is something pretty special. And I guess we'll have to say we didn't hit 50 yet, because I know obviously Alan Gullison in here in the booth with us, not out there as a driver, but also Matthew Simmons having some issues with the internet connection before the race here, so he was DQ just to clean everything up. But we're gonna get back to racing here. A green flag out here once again. A good restart here from the 5 of Elwood, and
good run on Elwood.
Drivers do.
Yeah, Alan's always been one of those drivers guy able to get that car going quickly, especially being out front. Usually one of our top runners over there with the Xfinity drivers, and also he's a series sponsor for them as well. I believe we'll get a chance to talk to him eventually, probably as a winner.
Yeah.
That's one thing about this many cars out here. It's kind of hard to tell who's making a move and when, and especially because this is in what's known as a hosted session. It's not part of a league event, so the drivers out there that you see, they might have a different number on their car compared to what you see on the timing and scoring towers. They might have a different number than you're used to seeing in your typical league racing, because it is out here, and if it's not a custom number on the car, whatever number that the driver has, the favorite number, it'll give them that unless somebody else has it. So that can even change it up as well. So you may see some drivers out there with some differing numbers. Maybe a little tough to try and pick out where your favorite driver is, but certainly let us know who it is. We'll try and get them on the Jumbotron here a little bit and give them a little bit of TV time, a little bit of action back here in the back of the pack. Jimmy, where's your battlefield here tonight? Where's your hornet's nest, or is it just yes?
Yes. I mean, you kind of look at it, Carl. I mean, everybody's just kind of out here, and it looks like the drivers are finally starting to settle down just a little bit. You know that the drivers are all in different leagues, and they race around each other. Some of them are racing around each other in that area a lot. So, but right now it's kind of starting. We got a couple laps underneath us, and we're just kind of stretched out single file here just a little bit. So we'll be able to go back through here. Got some people that kind of piquing my interest here. Christopher Dyke there and Pete, number 25, up 24 spots, and the number 50 Mellow Yellow machine. So Mellow Yellow always sticks out when I come to see it. It's one of those cars that I watched when I was a kid with Kyle Petty. So Definitely favorite. Always looked good out there on race day. Way back when. But somebody that's maybe not having the issues or what they wanted here tonight is Frank Pisano. But he's back there in Pete number 43, down 22 spots. So we watching these drivers switch all around here as SDK is all over the place. It's having one heck of a time trying to keep up with the passes and incidents and whatnot. But single file in the 50 after talking to him goes down under the wall. And I guess he wants more camera time.
Let's see if the last time he got into the wall, he definitely came back up towards the track, and we're going to keep this thing green. And a good little run from all the drivers out here tonight. Right now, it's still Alan Elwood, Craig Jancic, Tyler Skoczen, Bryce Reiner, and now Grady Gerken into the top 5. Montgomery, Paleschi, Foster, Shue, and Hamilton for your top 10. And man, it's there's so many cars out here, but you almost feel like you look at that top 10, it feels like an all-star race out here.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of drivers out there that we see each and every week. I'm sorry, Al, I'm so used to just talking with Carl. Well, definitely, I'll go back to just pushing buttons.
Go back to that cigarette. So, Al, you step out of the car and you see all these drivers out here. I know you raced with them last year. You get to cover them this year, but you see all these names out here, and so many of them are familiar because you're so used to seeing them up front.
Yeah, absolutely. Some great battles going on here. You know, watching all the drivers shuffle around, especially for P3, Bryce Reiner and Tyler Skoczen just battling it out for that position, constantly going back and forth. Same thing with Grady Gerken as well. Then you got Todd Merkel and Brandon Mettler as well, just constantly trading positions. It's amazing to see.
And it's pretty crazy that, like, I know Jimmy mentioned about SDK kind of jumping around, and it is, but it almost feels like that's actually what's going on out here too. There's constantly stuff going on.
I think it is, I think it's.
But there's definitely some moves being made, and even towards the front. But we're gonna get another caution here. We'll take a look at what brought this one out.
Like maybe Christopher Hamilton.
That's a shame. I haven't seen anything yet. We'll take a look back and see. Possibly what brought this caution out here, battling with, looks like Kevin Foster there on the inside.
Yeah, I just seen, let's see if that's what happened. Don't know if it's it or not, but figured to give it a go because it's not showing an actual incident. But I did see Chris fall through a lot of places here. Or a few places.
It looks like he's still showing up as ninth now that this is over here. I think I've seen maybe Daniel Pinkston, possibly, unless it was just with everything that's kind of going on right now, just shuffling around. Maybe that was where the incident is, but haven't seen anything in particular. And it's one thing that kind of it sucks with this this many cars out here. You can't really see what's going on over everybody, but also it seems like SDK is kind of having that same issue and not being able to see everyone out there.
I think we got a fan in the chat, Rick Higgs. He says, he doesn't need a number. He only needs to look for the shiny pink car.
Yeah, and that's it. Higgs, he runs the 14, and it's pink as could be. I was on that car earlier, and he's always out there sporting pretty good runs. Oops.
Well, this is our third caution here, and we'll see everybody come into the pits. Looks like Glenn Lawson, the only one deciding not to come into pit lane. Looks like the 51 there of Cesar Colon Torres, he's going to get the wave around here, get back onto the lead lap. We'll see if Lawson decides to bring that 7 in next time by, but mass exodus from the track is going to see a ton of drivers come into the pits. Looks like maybe Brandon Mettler going to stay out there as well. Good to see Brandon out there competing with these drivers, and we'll see what he can do, but it looks like a lot of drivers coming in there taking tires. We're just about at the halfway point, not quite there yet, but This has been a pretty good one here, I think, so far, and we've seen a ton of battling, seen some close battling, and you know, we've had a couple incidents now where we don't even know really what the incident was, and I don't see too many cars tore up there. So hopefully we got majority of the cars still out there running, and I think we do. But again, this is only race number 1 for everyone that's just tuning in here tonight. This is a 2-race event here for the CRN Cup. We got the Xfinity cars here at Charlotte for 50 laps, and then we're going to stay here at Charlotte. But we're going to kick it over to the roadside for the GT3s and a quick little 30-minute race, which is, well, it's going to go as long as the time says. It's only going to go 30 minutes long, plus the extra lap there. And we'll see who can get it done across both. But once again, towards the end of this race with the last 10 laps to go, we'll have a poll up there for the driver of the race, and you guys and gals out there in CR Nation will get a chance to vote for who you think the driver of the race is for the Xfinity race, and that'll be the same thing for the GT race here, as with the last 5 minutes or so. We'll have that poll up, but also make sure you are subscribed to CRN here tonight, because we will pick 2 random winners here from everyone that subscribes and is watching tonight's event to get a chance to win a free custom T-shirt from Kim's Cups and More. And once again, I want to thank them for all their help here with this event, and also for providing the custom T-shirts as well. Check them out on Facebook, and check out everything that they have over there: tumblers, T-shirts, everything like that. And it's Kim's with a K, Cups with a K. And more on Facebook. But we're gonna get this thing back underway, and it looks like the 7 of Glenn Lawson decided to stay out here. He's gonna have that 7 out front. What kind of tires does he have to get this thing back underway? Does he have any kind of wheel spin here? We're gonna see it as the first time. We're gonna get maybe a little bit older tires here at the front. Alan Elwood lining up on the outside. We head back to the restart zone, and we are racing again here at Charlotte. Looks like Glenn Lawson gets away okay. Gonna head off into turn number 1. You got Alan Elwood on the outside. Gonna look to try and get around as quick as possible with those new tires. Into the mix here is Craig Jansen. He's gonna slide up in front of the... Trying to see who that was.
Wow.
Looks like Merkel goes way down on the inside. He's gonna filter back up onto the track. But there he goes, the 88 getting up there in front of...
Oh, they're going 3 wide. Oh, no.
And we're going to have a wreck towards the front of the field. Looks like that 87. I was trying to see who that was getting sideways.
Jancek. It's Jancek.
Well, the 88 is Jancek. I've seen that. But we're going to have a few cars involved in this one going through the infield. Looks like Matt Ulmer right there. Definitely busted up a little bit on the front end. We'll go back and see what brought that one out. Looked like definitely the 87. I think that was 87 at Tiffany Ellis, at least, towards the front, maybe getting involved in this one.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead. What lap is this? It's already happened right there.
Yeah, it looks like Ellis already sideways.
So look,
Yeah,
it's hard to tell, but did he lose traction? Maybe from possibly cold tires? Or did he get hit? Let's see.
I think Tiffany, she's in 16th right now if you're looking for her.
So many numbers.
We need to get Jimmy some special CRN glasses to see all these cars and all these numbers out here. Actually, so and that's what can happen right here. So we have custom numbers on there. Tiffany Ellis is actually back a little bit further here in the black and yellow car. Was another 87 that was towards the front. So not sure who that was.
That's Jancek.
Now Jancek is in the 88 at the front.
Don't worry, I'm right there with you, Jimmy.
It was definitely an 87 right there, and oh, that might have been Bryce Reiner actually. I believe was up there. So yeah, we'll take a look back here one more time and see if Clayton Montgomery got into the back here. If Reiner got into that 3-wood battle, looks like maybe just cold tires, and it's one thing we haven't really talked about here tonight, as they were 3 wide, unless there was some netcode contact there between the 7 there of Lawson. I mean, if it was netcode contact, it was some huge netcode contact, but I think that might have just been cold tires here. And we just had a race where we had a lot of cars coming in there getting tires. And this is going to bring out a caution that involved a few cars.
Just nearly misses the 64 there.
Few drivers are going around, obviously.
Yeah, it looks like they all have the same strategy with losing traction. Just try to keep the car as straight as possible, and do a 180 so you can actually see who's coming at you in order to try to get out of the way.
Flip the car around, put it in reverse, and look at the field.
Yeah.
That's not a fun thing to do. I know you're coming from the roadside, Alan. I don't recommend that on the oval. Okay, maybe that works on the roadside. But either way, we'll get you back here as we are doubling up. We're going to get this thing back underway. We're past the halfway point, boys and girls. It's time to start figuring out who's going to get this thing done. It looks like that number 11 on the time and scoring tower and number 5 out there on the track, Alan Elwood, once again in an Xfinity car, once again here on CRN, looking to get another win done. But Craig Jancic right there, he's multi-time champion over in CSRL, and he was certainly very powerful when he was over here in the Core Xfinity Series. He knows what he's doing up here. But Tyler Skoczen is right up there as well, looking to try and get up here in the mix. Andrew Pileshi, we know he's plenty good out there in VVR on Thursday nights. Who's got this thing done? I mean, you talk about all that, and then 5th place here in the running, defending champion from the Core Xfinity Series, Clayton Montgomery, now getting his feet wet over in the Core GT. Literally, as this race on Thursday night was a little bit wet at Brazil, with the lights from the cars are on as they were racing under the lights, under the weather. But we're going to get this thing back underway. Alan Elwood back out in the front. He is your control car here once again. And we still got plenty of cars out there running. It looks like from my count, it looks like as everybody picks back up to speed here, I'm seeing at least 38 to 40 cars. We're going to get another quick caution here.
Oh, no. Spit in the back.
It's like maybe Richard Hartman, I see possibly involved in this one. Yeah, I'm not sure we need any kind of kiss cams here tonight for this one, but it would definitely it might get us some more views for sure. I think the funniest thing I've seen from that was what the Phillies did with the Philly Fanatic, and if you haven't seen it,
yeah.
certainly check that out. That was a very good recreation for sure. But we'll try and take a look back and see what might have brought this out. I think that might have been the 520 of Richard Hartman back there in the 40s. I think 44th position. Looked like he might have been involved. I don't know if he was the cause or what the case was, but we'll take a look back here and see what might have happened.
Yeah, we're just going to go ahead and have Hartman selected, but he's like lagged out at the moment.
Well, that might have been the case too. Maybe that's why it said that he crashed. It might have just blinked out and caused a caution, unfortunately. But either way, we'll have another caution here, and we're going to get down to 20 laps to go now, as it looks like pretty much everybody that is still in the field has made a pit stop at one point or another, and everybody should be out there with some fresh tires. Some drivers coming in and topping off, some maybe taking 2 tires, and it looks like a couple more from the front possibly coming in. It looks like Grady Gerken in the pits, Michael Pratt in the pits as well, unless that's SDK messing up, but I don't think so, as we'll still be under caution. Should get the 1 to go next time by. Alan Elwood, I know he likes to get out there. I know he likes to race. I know he likes to have a lot of green flag laps. I'm sure he's not minding this one too much right now. Just kind of cruising out there in the lead. Craig Jancic has been hounding at him all race. Tyler Skoczen again up there in 3rd. Casey Shue in the 5 has moved his way up there into 5th place right now, and Casey is running for the GT series here for Core, not for the Core Xfinity. So maybe a little good luck for these guys here in the Xfinity series, that he's not running against them, or even for any other oval series that we broadcast out there with the 191 Motorsports, with Hold Your Brakes Academy, VVR. Looks like Casey Shue is at least done well avoiding the incidents here in the number 5. But it's the number as he's of course the number 4, but the number 5 is leading right now, even though he's number 11 on the timing and scoring. That is Alan Elwood. Hopefully you got your bingo cards out there and trying to figure out what the heck is going on. We got a B11 up there, but it's the B5. We got the 4 here. That's the 5. Either way. It's a good thing I was pretty decent at math in school, because there's a lot going on here. But either way, we should be getting the 1 to go this time by. We'll be down to 20 laps to go. Actually, even less than that once we get the green flag. And this is it's going to get interesting. And we're still trying to figure out who we think the drivers of the race are going to be here for this one. But I know I got my eye on a couple of drivers. Are certainly shaking up the standings here quite a bit. And one thing that's pretty interesting is a lot of green on the time and score. And a lot of drivers have moved up a ton of spots. Looks like none bigger than this man right here, and that is Matthew Scruffy Jordan. I know I know he's got plenty of fans out there just in his regular league races, but I know he's certainly a fan favorite out there for 191 Motorsports. We'll see what he can do. He's up 23 spots, and kind of fittingly, because he runs the 23 out there on Sunday nights for 191 Motorsports. He is up 23 spots, but we got a few others. I mean, you got Matthew Radford. He is up 21 spots right now in 16th position. You got Alex Jaspers up 20 spots as well. You got Trent Blaylock up 21 spots. Brayden Carlson up 21 spots. Alan Elwood hasn't picked up a position at all, because he started on the front row. And same thing with Craig Jansick. Neither of these guys are going for the hard charger. It's poor effort if they are.
They're keeping their strategy simple. Get to the top and stay there.
They still got a fantastic chance at the rear charger award. I mean, they got that out for grabs, but I know they're both gunning for that top spot here tonight. Back under green here as we race off into turn number 1. I don't want to say it's go time just yet. It's getting closer. Certainly, if you're buried back in the field, you need to start making your way up through this field. But either way, we're green flag racing here once again.
Yeah, back to green flag. Somebody hit the wall. Merkel's down the wall.
Hard impact back up onto the track. And somehow everyone makes it by. I think maybe one car. It looked like maybe Kelly Akron in the 19 maybe got brushed on the way by. But listen, I'm not going to hold my tongue. How the hell did everyone get by that incident right there? I mean, Jimmy, I'd tell you somebody in the back of the field get on an inboard cam and see what happened. But there's about 37 different cars that somehow made it past the spin in number 2 here.
Yeah, I'll go back. I happened to catch that one right off the rip there. As it was happening, so we'll go back and replace, kind of see what happened, and just looks like just a little bit loose coming off the corner.
Looks like Luis Orduna got up into the wall, actually.
Yep, there it is.
And trying to save it, came down
unfortunate.
Into the 2 here of Merkel and sends him into a spin cycle. And this, as a driver, it's already a crappy feeling. But when you're sliding back up onto the track, knowing that half the field is still coming, you're just waiting for that big shot. And I mean, the 14 there, Rob Higgs, you can't miss him. And that 14, that pink number 14. But again, there's about 20 more cars still coming, and nobody except for, again, maybe right there, maybe a little bit from the 19 there of Akron getting into it. And looks like Akron did come into the pits, so possibly some damage there. But I know Merkel is destroyed. That could have been the big one at Charlotte, and somehow it's about a 1.5 car incident. So that was pretty amazing on this one, but it's going to get us closer to the end of this race, and it'll be pretty interesting. And we're going to go ahead and step aside here for a second, turn out the sights and sounds here, let the engines roar here a little bit, just to under pacing, and take a look at some of these sights and sounds, give everyone in CRN Nation a little love to hear it.
Caution, love to hear it. Got it.
is in. We are ready to get back underway. It is Alan Elwood still at the front, but now Tyler Skoczen is the one on the outside as we get the green flag again. Shot out like a cannon the inside lane. Not just Alan Elwood, but Craig Jansen gets a great jump as well. He's going to move into second place. Skoczen's going to slide back to third. Close battle between Montgomery and Peleschi there for fourth position, maybe even a little contact. Look who's sneaking up into the top 5 there. Kevin Foster, late addition here to the event, and he can certainly thank the wife out there for letting him get out here and mix it up here. But
Thank you.
yeah, Lucia certainly let him get out here tonight and getting it done here as Foster's up into 6th place, but Austin Call up 12 spots as well in 7th place. Gonna get another quick yellow here. Trying to see who might have brought this one. Looks like maybe Cesar Clone Torres, Bryce Reiner involved in this one. And we'll see who survived the late race caution here.
You said Reiner.
Yeah, I seen Reiner was involved.
Number.
I think he was the 80s. Well, he was 87 on track. I'm trying. I'm looking. I'm digging. I know Cesar Clone Torres, it says he was involved in this one too. He's the 51. Yeah, so we'll see. This might have been right about where something happened at least. And this is 3 wide battling through the front stretch. And it's plenty wide. I mean, you can see he can go 4 wide here, but looks like just getting pinched up there a little bit. The 87 and the 3 gets sent to the outside wall as Andrew Jones in the 3. And then that 87 there is Bryce Reiner. We'll see where it looks like that was Daniel Pinkston in the 16. But I'm not sure where Cesar Clone Torres came up and got into this mix, maybe when they slid back down the track. But a couple more cars involved in this one. And right there, looks like the 51 and the 31 getting involved and pretty vicious right there.
Very hard hit. The 31.
Like 83, almost with a little slide job through the incident there. The 50 getting involved in that one as well. Going to bring out a late race caution here, and when we get this thing back to green, we're going to be under 10 laps to go.
Yeah, it's been obviously eventful, and you kind of think something. Obviously, some of the cautions like this will happen. I mean, if these drivers drove with each other each and every week, it'd probably be a different story, Carl. I mean, obviously, a lot of different leagues, a lot of different driver styles, and a lot of first time driving around each other as well. So, but out here just having some fun, just getting things done. Alan Elwood out front over Craig Jansen, Tyler Skoczen, Clayton Montgomery sitting there in P number 4, Andrew Peleschi for your top 5, then Kevin Foster, Austin Call, Casey Shue, Michael Casey, Jeremy Gill, Jack Stoneman, Dave Tilford, Brayden Carlson, TJ Ivey, Lewis Orduna, Matthew Radford, Jacen Chrisman, Tiffany Ellis, Trent Blaylock, and Daniel Pinkston out there for your top 20. And one thing about Daniel that maybe gets overlooked is he is the steward for what's that? Was it Sunday nights? I think it's Sunday nights.
Yeah, it's 191 Motorsports. Yeah, he is the thankless man behind the curtain, pulling race control for them every week. He is the one that is talking with these drivers, dealing out the penalties, bringing out the cautions if need be, and comp cautions, everything like that. And it's the one job that just nobody respects them enough. There's so much that goes on. I know running a league is one thing, and there's so much that goes on and involved in running a league. But when you have somebody that's willing to take the brunt of being an admin as well, and especially in race control, just sitting there and kind of dealing out the penalties, whether it's a paid position or not, it doesn't matter. A lot of times you can't get paid enough to do the work that they do. So certainly shout out to Daniel Pinkston, up 12 spots right now, up there just right about the top 20. But we're getting ready to get this thing back underway, and we are down to less than 10 laps to go once we get that green flag. Alan Elwood going to be in the lead here. Craig Jansen, Tyler Skoczen, Clayton Montgomery, and Kevin Foster for your top 5.
Oh, a little bit of drama on the Yellow flag lap there.
Looks like a little bit of blinking out, maybe.
Maybe.
Let me ask you guys, because I'm not super you know, into oval racing, or I'm not educated enough for oval racing. If you're Craig Jancek following Alan Elwood, I mean, do you wait until maybe the last couple of laps and then you make the move? Is that the strategy that he's going for?
Depends on the track. I don't think he's trying to wait. Obviously, 9 laps ago and cautions are happening. He'd want to get out there as good as possible. Alan is known for getting great starts, and you can see here getting another great start. And now the 88 of Jancek, obviously he's on the outside, so he's going to have his hands full with cars kind of coming down, and you got to wait for that spot to open up. But falls back into P3 because that's the type of driver that Craig Jancek is, very clean, even for road racing. So, but that's just the type of person Craig is as far as a driver, and that's what CSRL has to bring to offer when you go out there for road racing. So, I'm a big advocate for all these leagues that we broadcast, obviously, and they just each and every week, each and every league has their ups and downs. They have good tracks, bad tracks, good days, bad days, and right now you can just see how some of the like, especially their top-notch guys, how they conduct themselves at being very clean, very clean up front. The stuff in the back is just you know, it's what me and Carl call the battlefield. You know, this could be somebody's favorite track and they find themselves a little faster than normal, or it's a faster guy working their way up through the field. And then you got the people that normally mid-pack anyways, and that's the ones that I call it the battlefield, because it is the hardest place to be. But 88 looking to try to get that high line working. 6 laps to go. Maybe he can, maybe he can't. We'll see if Craig can move that 88 forward. Tyler Skoczen trying to catch up to Alan Elwood to maybe get the win here, but Alan trying to check out here with very few laps to go. Just be 5 laps to go, but caution is out.
Looks like Casey Shue, Matthew Radford involved in this one,
Pinkston,
and
Ivey.
Matthew being one of the drivers in the poll. If you guys haven't seen it yet, the poll is up for the driver of the race. We got Tyler Skoczen up there battling for the lead. He's up 6 spots from the start of the race. Brayden Carlson has been driving through the field as well. He is up 21 spots just outside the top 10 right now in the 34. Matthew Radford was cruising up through there and unfortunately just got involved in this incident here, but doesn't mean he can't be your driver of the race if that's who you want to vote for. Then Austin Call from VVR, he is up 13 spots just outside the top 5 right now, and that is a amazing feat right now.
Little flicker,
and
sorry,
what's amazing is it's you know, there's so much money on the line from everybody donating and you know, dropping some money into the pot here, but even some leagues themselves are putting some not necessarily bounties, but they're putting some extra money up for grabs if you know, one of their drivers gets a win for their respective league as well. So there's a little bit extra on the line for some of these drivers out here. But that is your poll here for race number 1 in the Core Xfinity Series. Again, it's Tyler Skoczen, Brayden Carlson, Matthew Radford, Austin Call. Put your votes out there. The voting will end once we get the checkered flag here tonight, and we'll give it out to the driver that has the most votes. If there ends up being a tie, we'll keep it open until I see that the tie is broken, and we'll give it to that driver immediately. But we've still got a race to decide here who is going to win, as it looks like Merkel going to get himself back on the lead lap, and he certainly deserves it after everything that he went through in just one incident here. But this thing is far from over. It looks like Alan Elwood being the control car up front, though, guys. It's going to be tough to beat. I know you, Alan, you asked, you know, what do you do if you're Skoczen? What if you do if you're Jancek, or even Montgomery? You got to get a good restart here. You got to try and fight him right away. You got to try and make him make any kind of mistake, or at least stick with him, especially now getting close and maybe even going to get into green-white checkered situation here very soon.
Yeah, it looks like the
before we
the
talk more.
Sorry, go ahead.
No. Just before we get just to let the fans know, there's 45 people watching out there. So one great big shout out to all the fans out there at CRN Nation. The poll should be on top of the chat. If you haven't noticed, it should be just kind of up there. I'll say poll and might have somebody's name who's winning right now, who's leading, and then so get in there, vote for your favorite driver. I see 12 votes out of 45 people watching. So get yourself a vote in there, make your vote count. Just like any other poll that we got going on. The fans are the deciding factor here tonight. So get out there, get your vote in for the people that we have nominated, and they will be the deciding factor who wins that poll. But yeah, back out front. Sorry, Alan, go ahead.
Oh, you're fine. I love seeing the participation in the chat too. We got quite a bit of people, you know, giving shout outs to their favorite driver, and you know, the Jimmy brings up a good point, starting with 51 drivers maybe who haven't raced with other drivers from other series before. You know, things are going to happen, and sometimes rough situations are going to come your way, so that's a good point.
Yeah, it's the same thing. It's the reason why for the core Xfinity series, we have over 50 drivers signed up right now, and 50 drivers currently paid for the series. So we had to institute a rule for this season before race number 1 here. If we hit 50 drivers, it's going to be split into to multiple splits, just to kind of avoid the extra chaos. And most of those drivers have run around each other before, but it's just 50 plus cars little and 40 plus cars is a lot out here to not have any kind of issues, but we'll see if they can get it all the way to the end here as we are back to a green flag racing. And this is going to be kind of an unofficial green-white checker here. Green flag right now. We'll see the white flag next time by. If they get the white flag, the next flag will end it. Out front, it is Alan Elwood trying to take it down here. Close battle for 4th place there with Paleshi on the inside, Montgomery on the outside, but the top 3 trying to get away here. It is Elwood out front, Skoczen trying to run him down there in 2nd place. White flag in the air. And we got one more lap to go here in the CRN Cup oval race. Elwood still leads the way, but Skoczen still close. Can he get close enough to get to the bumper and maybe mix it up here a little bit before this thing is over? Jacen in 3rd. Paleshi now finds himself in 4th. Montgomery in 5th, still battling all through the field as they head into turn number 3 and 4. Alan Elwood gonna get the win here tonight in the CRN Cup. We'll get them up here in a bit as Skoczen kind of come home in 2nd. And Craig Jacen in 3rd. Great run all the way to the line. We get this thing done without any green-white checkers, and I think that's an accomplishment just in of its own. But a great run from these top 5, top 10 guys here all night, as they were going to get it done here tonight, and going to end the poll as well. So congrats to Brayden Carlson for being tonight's driver of the race. He finishes up 18 positions here, finishing in 15th spot. Biggest mover of the race, Jimmy. Are you surprised?
No,
Are
I'm
you
not.
surprised? It is Michael Pratt. As for those of you who don't know, Thursday nights, Virtual Velocity Racing, I don't think we've ever seen Michael Pratt qualify. He loves to start in the back, loves to try and work his way through the field. He did it here tonight. He passed half the field. Passed half of the field. 25 positions up here. That's amazing. And
Yeah.
Alan, I mean, just kind of wrap it up here as I'll get these top 3 here in the waiting room. What did you think about the first CRN Cup here race tonight?
Oh my God, it was amazing. There was, Alan doing his victory donuts. That's awesome. It was amazing. Honestly, it was tough to follow because there were so many people, you know, making so many positions, and there were so many guys, you know, going 2 wide, going 3 wide, which is also, you know, extremely exciting. Some of the crashes were pretty crazy, and actually, some of the incidents that were on track here weren't. For this many drivers, I think it was actually an extremely clean race. You know, having, you know, almost 50 drivers and the amount of cautions that we had. considering the grand scheme of things. But very fun to watch, very entertaining. I loved it.
Well, we got, I think most of our top three here tonight. Just got to get one more in here. Just got to find him down here if he's in the chat or not. Oh, there we go. Now we got all three. So we'll get our three into the broadcast booth here. But once again, I want to thank everyone for tuning in. We're not done yet. This is only race number 1. We got race number 2 coming up here. It's going to be the GT3s at the Charlotte Roval, and we will get that one up and rolling here in a brief moment for all the drivers out there. But I want to remind everyone out there in CRN Nation, if you are a subscribed person out there and you are viewing this race, you will automatically be in and eligible to win a free custom t-shirt from Kim's Cups and More.
Yeah, all I gotta do is say something. Subscribe viewers or just the chat only. So if you're interested in that giveaway, at least just type in your favorite driver's name or something in the chat so we know that they include you, and then we'll reach out and get in touch.
How awesome is that? Push a button, you get a free t-shirt.
Exactly. Yep, you get a chance
awesome.
for a free t-shirt. So we'll look at our top 3 now here in for their
47
interviews.
people chance.
Exactly.
It's better than a lottery.
So, third place here tonight, and we'll give it over to you over there, Alan. We'll let you get the third place finisher here tonight, and race number 1. That's going to be the 88 of Craig Jancic.
Craig Jansen, how you doing?
Not bad, brother. How's things for you? Nice to meet you, Alan.
Yeah, nice to meet you too. So, congratulations on getting pole here tonight. Why don't you just walk us through the race and tell us how it went?
Yeah, it didn't go bad. I appreciate your congratulations. That means you're a good dude. I started second, so we're gonna have to dig the record books up there. I'll take the pole. I don't care, but I'll take the second to third fall. I mean, it was just gonna come down to who timed that restart. And I timed it too well. I accelerated like the exact moment that Alan did, but I spooked myself because I didn't see him going. So I lifted a tiny bit, and at that point I knew it was cooked. So GG's to Alan. We haven't raced together in probably close to a year at this point, and it was nice to share the track with him once more. And all the racing up front was really fun, really clean. I kept trying different things just to see what would happen, and nothing ever panned out for me.
Well, I mean, you did better than I would ever do, so congratulations. It's very impressive, honestly, very impressive. Because I know Alan Elwood's a pretty experienced oval guy, and I've seen him race. Unfortunately, I haven't seen you race too much, but from what I hear, you're anybody that gets near Alan Elwood or anybody that's in your guys' little bubble of pace and skill is it's pretty amazing to watch. So congratulations, man.
Yeah, thank you, man. I appreciate that. That's kind words. And yeah, Alan is Alan's one of these masters at the fixed racing. I usually stick to open setup stuff with the hugest thanks to Team Conti Sim Performance for that. And it's nice to come into fixed every now and then and experience what the differences that the car feels.
Yeah, how is it racing with different drivers from different leagues?
It's you got what you kind of expected here, right? Because you have different skill echelons. You have the core Xfinity front runners up there with Tyler and Alan and Clayton Montgomery. I know I believe he just stole the championship in the last one. I don't know that for a fact, but
he did.
So it feels good to be in that class of driver coming here, from CSRL representing our guys on Wednesday nights, and that's we're putting the formula wheel on here now, getting out here to. Carl, Jimmy, I know you guys love when I say this. Getting out to my favorite track, the Charlotte Roval here, and should be
so many favorite tracks.
Absolute. Thank you. Yeah, I drew them all myself.
We need to give you a dictionary, just the F page.
You don't want to go to Motorsport?
Oh yeah,
I think
there we go.
I would think maybe there would be some people that would want me to be there, but thankfully this plane didn't board yet, and I'm out on Charlotte Roval at this time. So yeah, things feel good here.
All right, buddy. Well, before we let you go and get to it here on the road side and see what you can do, who do you want to give a shout out to or thanks to?
Hey, you guys know I have my litany of thanks, but I'm going to dedicate my entire thanks to you guys, Core Racing Network. This is one of the most fun events that I have participated in now for the second time. I've been looking forward to this since you announced it. Carl, Jimmy, Alan, anybody else that's in the background. I know John Nobinger is a big deal here. Everybody that has one of those cool little photos in Discord with their number and their last name under them. All y'all, you're the best. Keep doing stuff like this because this is what separates you guys from just being a network that broadcasts races versus people that actually care about the human beings that are driving these cars week in, week out for you guys. And it's truly an honor to be here.
Yeah, we're passionate about it for sure.
Absolutely.
Buddy,
Absolutely.
Well, we'll let you go. Congrats on already a podium here tonight. I'm sure you're licking your chops for this one here. This next one, this is your forte for sure. So we'll see if you can get back up here. Maybe we'll talk to you one more time.
I would love nothing more, brother. Thank you.
All right. Good luck. Thank you.
Thank you. Cheers.
That was the driver of the 88 for race number 1, Craig Jancic, bringing home a third place finish. Jimmy, why don't you go ahead and take our second place finisher here tonight? It's going to be the 55 of Tyler Skoczen.
Hey, Tyler, Jimmy Crawler, and Alan up in the booth. No surprise that 55 is up front here tonight. Always a force to be reckoned with. Had your hands full with obviously a diverse track, and but always your hands full with Alan Elwood and a few others that have joined the ranks here up front. So hopefully you're there and you can hear me and give us a little rundown of your race.
Yeah, well, I mean, it was honestly, it was a lot more smooth. I mean, it may have seemed like a mess from your guys' perspective, but from my point of view, it was actually a lot more calm than I expected it to be. I mean, we ran pretty okay. I kind of screwed up qualifying a lot, and I probably thrown away what could have been maybe like a top 4 start, but I don't know. I mean, cautions kind of fell our way. Our car was like a rocket on the restarts, a lot better than I thought. That second to last one where I got up to second, I was like, oh man, I may have a shot here because that was probably the greatest restart I've ever had in my life. I timed it with Alan almost perfectly, and then that last one, I just, I'm usually at a disadvantage on the front row anyway, but still.
I was rooting for you big time.
Yeah, I mean, it was hard to tell from my POV. I mean, with all those cautions, I was able to kind of save fuel and save tires, but I mean, in the end there, I mean, the car was really good on the short run, definitely top 2 or 3 there, but I mean, I really don't think I had anything for Alan personally. That last 2 laps, I mean, I think we pretty much ran the same lap times. I tried to throw it in there in 4 on the last corner, but oh well, what can you do, I guess? I mean, still a good run, really. Pleased to finally have it going. The weird thing is, compared to Charlotte that we ran last season, that race was miserable for me. I can't believe how much of an upswing this one was. But I even ran the same setup, which is a miracle. But I mean, I'll take it, I guess. Or are we running this on the schedule at any point? I'm sure we are.
I haven't deep dove down into your schedule yet, but maybe. So I mean, if that's the case, you might be slightly more prepared for this season. But either way, Tyler, I mean, you got out there, you ran very good. You had maybe started not as well as you wanted to, but got the chance to move up through a little bit of the pack in there and to finish in second place, and obviously with another race on the horizon here, so I hope to see you out on the track for that one as well. But want to give you one, say congratulations, and 2, give you just a short little time for any shouts you might have in that 55.
Thank you, guys. Yeah, I'll be in the next race here in the Roval just to give it a try. I probably will not be talking to you again, but I mean, I'm just gonna figure it out and give it a try. But yeah, thanks to everybody, all my friends, family for watching. You guys putting on the broadcast. I'll definitely be watching this one back. And then all the competitors. Congrats to Alan, my teammates, Jack running really well. It was a lot of fun, and everybody at UNOH and everybody at Watson Racing for the car, and hopefully we have a good run here when the season starts on Tuesday.
Well, definitely looking forward to seeing you in the season and competing for that championship over there in the Core Xfinity Series. Again, congratulations on the second place finish here tonight, and we'll let you go celebrate this one and get in the car for another race.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Tyler.
Is your second place finisher here tonight in race number 1 for the CRN Cup. Alan, before I bring in Alan Elwood here, if you can get the results for me from the first race, because it for some reason won't show up for me on my side. It should show up for you under hosted for results and stats. But in the meantime, I will bring in our winner here from the first race, and that is Alan Elwood in the 5/11, whatever it was. It doesn't matter. He was number 1 here tonight. And Alan, heck of a run for you out there. I mean, it goes without saying. I know you certainly have your talent. We see it time and time again in the Core Xfinity Series. But now we see it here up against not just, 20 drivers or so. I mean, you had to beat down a lot of other drivers out there. I mean, was there ever a thought of just eyes forward, don't look back at anybody else?
Yeah, I mean, it made it a little easier. We didn't have to run as many green flag laps, but knowing like Craig being here this evening and knowing how strong he is from when we used to race together, against him, and some of these other guys, especially from Core. Yeah, it definitely brought its own challenges. One, knowing that I really tried not to pit, if at all, I have to go back in the field, because you're kind of doing yourself in if you do that. So just hoping the race plays out in your favor and you can stay up front and pit as minimal times as possible and lead some laps and bring it home clean. That was the main goal. So
I know you guys had a full tank of fuel out there. So was there ever a thought, even with the few cautions that you had out there, that track position was so important here tonight that you decided maybe not to pit and then trying to just stretch this thing out, or were tires just that important towards the middle of the race?
It was definitely huge. So I'll tell you that. Knowing my teammate Clayton being back there in dirty air, even 4th, 5th, he was struggling. So I can't imagine what it was like back there in the midfield if you ran back there. So you definitely wanted to be up front. I checked after our first pit stop just to see how the left side tires were wearing in case 2 tires was an option. I thought it could have been had it come down to it. But enough caution laps fell that we saved enough fuel that you really didn't have to pit. So that kind of eliminated that issue. But I think 2 tires could have worked had it come down to it for sure.
Well, it didn't matter. Your strategy paid off here in the end. You get the win here in the first race of the CRN Cup, but you're not done for the night. We got one more race. Do you think you have the what it takes to get up there and battle with these boys here on the road side of it as you hit the Roval?
Words, absolutely not.
This will be the one and only time we talk to Alan Elwood here tonight.
I enjoy the road stuff, but I am not going to kid you. I'm not going to win this race. I'll be top 5, top 10, at best top 5, but I'm not coming close on pace. These GT3 cars, especially now, I haven't practiced them with the way they drive now on cold tires. This is my first time really getting into them since the update, so I'm interested to see how they do handle, but I know, and I just know my limitations on the road side. My oval side's my strong suit. Road side, just not so much.
I think you're being a little modest. I've seen you on the road.
Well, I have my moments, but I usually make a mistake, so I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. I usually crash.
Well, hey, I mean, listen, you'll be out there, and normally with the field size, we could say you get a top 10, top 15, kind of guaranteed. But the field size out here tonight, a little bit larger and going to be a little bit more that you have to try and work your way through. But we'll wish you luck out there before we let you go and see what you can do in race number 2 and see if you can be one of those drivers that, has the best combined points for the 2 races. Who do you want to give a shout out to or thanks to?
Just first off, team Clayton, getting to run with him tonight. Everybody, SWM, Radford Racing Development, VRS, you guys up here in the booth for calling this event, everybody for having this event. It's really fun, and looking forward to the roadside.
All right, buddy. Well, congrats again on the win here in race number 1. We'll see what you can do in race number 2.
Thank you.
That is the driver from the 11/5/ just dominating another race is really all you need to know as Alan. He's been a champion here in the Core Xfinity. He was definitely probably one of the favorites, if not the favorite, coming into the night for the oval side. But it wasn't easy. It's not like he just got in the car. He got the pole. He checked out. I mean, he had Tyler Skoczen on him. He had Craig Jancic on him. I mean, there was 3-4 other guys. Andrew Palesci was up there. Clayton Montgomery towards the end. It wasn't like he was just going to walk away with this win here tonight, and he certainly had to fight through it, had to deal with some cautions, some restarts, and I know he kind of bingoed all those restarts here tonight. But in a race like this, no matter how fast you are, those restarts just give you the jitters a little bit sometimes.
Yeah, the jitters can happen, and if you're not used to being out front, you can be in a pickle. Spin the tires and around you go, take out half the field, and especially with the field this big. But Carl, looking forward to the next race. We need to have some preps, so we need to put our fans on pause. I'm gonna basically mute everything as I switch everything over. So just stand by, and as a next race will be coming up here for a Charlotte Roval with the GT3s. All right, I'm back with Alan. Carl's working out some points, but we're on the qualifying for the Roval part of our CRN Cup, and right now we got a few drivers out there. Craig Jancic obviously showing his stuff with being provisional pole at the moment with Bryce Reiner, and then Dave Tilford out there as well. So. A lot of good drivers out here. We won't have the cautions. Well, we'll have cautions and incidents. Hopefully, we'll be able to catch those a little bit easier on the road course. But it's definitely going to be an interesting one here. Trying to watch all the drivers. We'll do the best we can. Obviously, want to continue to thank the CRN fans out there that are watching and supporting the drivers out here, whether from the other leagues or whatever. Or really, from CRN, we do really appreciate you. We like doing this stuff for the drivers and to get everybody together just to kind of let the hats down and have some fun. And can't thank the people that donated to put a little bit of Bucky's skill or whatever you want to call them, some money on the line for some positions and giveaways and whatnot. So just a shout out to everybody that's donated that is here or couldn't make it tonight. So obviously a heartfelt appreciation to everybody. So y'all will make this a great community, and I love coming out here each and every day and each and every race. Pretty much at least 5 nights a week usually, and this week being a little more. We'll make it 6. Alan has gracefully joined our team just this season. So, Alan, how's things going over with watching and broadcasting the GT side of Core?
Oh, it's great. I love it. I think it's a little. There's things that are a little challenging. Obviously, working with SDK is a little challenging because I've never used it before. But I definitely have a huge passion for motorsports racing, especially the GT3s. And I mean, I get so excited, watching these guys battle it out and gain positions and. Some of the drama that goes into the racing with some incidents and things like that, and obviously the progress some of the drivers go through throughout the series, and I get really excited about it almost as much as racing. So yeah, it's fun. I love it.
Yeah, it was definitely something when me and Carl started. We started on a whim as we had a hard time finding reliable broadcasters over and over again, and the ones that stepped in, we really appreciate the time that they had with us over at Core, and family stuff would come up, and we just wanted to make sure that everybody that had their hobby out here racing with Core, and we just kind of took over, and we've had some great events, and the CRN Cup being a great one. We've had the NASCAR Hall of Fame even kind of step on board with us a little bit for a while, or for a few races. So shout out to what they do, and the constant sponsors of like these personal businesses and everybody that wants to be involved and support some people that have a very niche hobby. I mean, it's obviously it bloomed, since COVID, when we went through those times, and like you said, you kind of get out here and you get excited, and it just kind of like, you become fans of some of these drivers. I have a few drivers that when they get on the track, I'm all excited. You hope that they come out here each and every season and week and to see how they do, and you root for them, and we have all our dedicated fans out there. And I guess the number one super fan and for all of CRN is Barry, and I know Carl knows him. I think it's Carl's uncle, and he is pretty much out there for almost every single race. So to see Barry kind of come in and pick a driver to see who he'd like to win for a race, and and it could be any series in any league. So it's really it's good to see people like that, and I'm noticing a lot of names that I continue to see throughout as we grow. We're not huge by no means, but we're not. We've been doing this for a little while, coming up on our 4-year mark here soon. Be this February coming up will be 4 years for CRN since we started this thing, and but yeah, we're gonna continue to do this until we need a break. But hopefully we have enough people like yourself that maybe maybe me and Carl will take a break sometime down the line, but not anytime soon, as we still enjoy what we're doing, and we're gonna continue to try to do this.
I'm not looking for a break anytime soon, so I just started with the broadcasting, and yeah, I mean I love it, and it's I love this whole I don't know, virtual reality, I guess is what you call it, sim reality. I love it. It's great. It's such an amazing thing. I wish I would have got into sim racing earlier. If I'd known about it, I definitely would have, because I'm sure people can relate. There's nothing better than being at work or being somewhere and having something like sim racing to look forward to. And then obviously if you're not racing, looking forward to the broadcasting so that you can actually watch the races that you either participate in or you're interested in. It's amazing. It's amazing world we live in.
Yeah, it's definitely the esports have come a long way, and I know they've had all kinds of different things. Obviously, they become big in a few different genres and stuff, and as far as games go, League of Legends and Apex and a lot of the first person kind of competition teams and stuff like that, and the schools get involved in them, and you can it's amazing how much everything's kind of progressed. Well, speaking about progressing, we do have our qualifying order in here for the race here for the GT3s. We do have 48 drivers on the field here tonight that will take the field. So 48 drivers. This is just like your typical special event that these racers will partake in, like the 24 hours at Daytona, Spa, and many others. And they continue to go out here in team events or just special events. But we'll go ahead and give you a rundown of how everything is lined up here tonight for this GT3 race, and I'll try to go through quickly. I'm pretty good with butchering people's names, but I've been doing pretty decent tonight, so I'm going to pat myself on the back, but that's all part of it. And our results in lineup for tonight is going to be Craig Jancic on the pole with Christopher Hamilton in second place. That is something that we see each and every week over at CSRL on Wednesday nights, and they continue to battle each other, and they're going to do it again here tonight. Dave Tilford in P number 3. Clayton Montgomery sitting in 4th place with Bryce Reiner in 5th. Let's see. Alan Elwood, as much as he said that he wasn't into the road racing too much, is sitting in P number 6. So good job there, Alan. Jack Peterson's in 7th. Rick Wishon in 8th. Caesar Cologne in 9th. Grady Gerken up in 10th. Frank Pisano up in 11th. Jack Stoneman in 12th, Andrew Pileshi in 13th, Tyler Skoczen in 14th, Bill Burrell in 15th, Brayden Carlson in 16th, Trent Balak in 17th, Paul Owens in 18th. Back farther through the field here in 19th, you're going to have Kevin Foster, Glenn Lazon in 20th, Brandon Dilemma in 21st, TJ Ivey in 22nd, Brendan Mettler in 23rd, Paul Helms in 24th, Casey Shue in 25th, Jim Dutton out there in 26th, Gordon Larson's in 27th, Alex Jaspers in 20th, Rob Higgs in 29th, Jacen Chrisman in 30th, Louis Orduna in 31st, Justin Spengler in 32nd, Todd Merkel, Daniel Pinkston, Shane King, Matthew Simmons, Austin Call for take you to P number 37, Eric Blount out there in 38th, Kelly Akron in 39th, Bradley Worley's in 40th, Matt Ulmer, Foster Yates, Tiffany Ellis back there in 43rd, Michael Pratt in 44th, Jeremy Gill in 45th, Don King in 46th, 47th is going to be Christopher Dyke, and 48th, Andrew Jones. So 48 cars on the field. I do know that I think we have somebody in the waiting room that needs to be pulled up as well.
Yep. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and bring in the man behind the curtains here for 191 Motorsports, deciding that he's too much of a wimp to make right-hand turns here tonight, as he's going to stay out of this race. But he held down the fort for 191 in the oval race, getting the top 10 there, finishing in 9th. Mike Casey. Mike, welcome up to the booth. Just want to give you some time real quick to kind of talk about 191 Motorsports, what you guys do over there on Sunday nights, and what you're looking forward to, and how much fun you're having out here tonight.
Yeah, awesome. Well, appreciate y'all having me up here. We're looking at our 3rd season of the Gen 6 stuff for our league, and then we do run some ARCA stuff on Thursdays, and we got some dirt stuff going on Friday. So we're kind of all over the place, but our main thing is our Gen 6 stuff on Sundays that you all cover, which is awesome. But we're excited. That race was pretty good. I mean, it was a lot of cars on the track, a lot of chaos. But I mean, it's just that was just wild. That was some good racing when we got to kind of get everybody wound out a little bit. So it was fun.
Well, it was a pleasure to watch everybody out there. It's tough. It doesn't matter if you have 50 cars running together week in, week out. Like we said how many times, there's many different drivers from many different leagues here. So getting them all together here, it was going to be kind of a crapshoot of what you get. But ultimately, like I said, you finish yourself up there in the top 10. You almost had Jacen Chrisman up there, one of your drivers there in 191 up there in the top 10 as well. So almost pulling a couple top 10s. So it sounds like you had fun out there. It sounds like you boys were kind of ready and geared up for this event as well.
Yeah, we do not run the Xfinity cars a whole lot, so we had a couple practice sessions going on this week, and then we had a practice session going on before the race tonight, just to kind of get everybody dialed in, because those cars are a little bit different if you've not raced them very much. They're a little heavy feeling to me, but still a lot of fun. You definitely gotta keep the elbows up with those cars and be ready for them, because they will definitely snap around on you. So I think everybody had a good time tonight, so we were definitely happy to be a part of everything. So it was a good little event there.
Well, we'll let you get to it and get back to your teammates here, as we got some chaos already here on the opening lap. But before we let you go and get out of here, who do you want to give a shout out to or thanks to?
Yeah, real quick, give a shout out to you all at CRN. Thank you for putting on this event. It's been it was awesome to be a part of it. I know we got some guys in 191 that are a part of this race tonight, and then shout out to Kim's Cup some more with us, and One Vision EMS Transport for sponsoring 191 Motorsports and helping out with everything. So we were happy to be a part of everything tonight.
Absolutely. We appreciate you bringing us on board, and looking forward to what you guys got in the future as well. We'll let you go and get back with your team over there, see what you guys can do on the roadside.
All right, that sounds good. I appreciate you guys.
That is the man behind the curtain there at 191 Motorsports, Mike Casey, as we are green flag racing here, at least for most of these drivers. We had some major incidents there right from the start. Cold tires come into play right away. Alan, I know you know all about that.
The GT3 drama, right? The turn 1 GT3 drama. That's what happened.
Yeah, and cold tires are definitely something that they just introduced to the GT class, and it's something that as a driver and as a broadcaster, you watch that these drivers have to deal with. It's getting those tires warmed up. It's getting the car under control, so the car will do what you want it to do. And some of these corners can be tricky, and Charlotte Roval's got some pretty technical corners. Where you want to open it up and you want to press that throttle a little harder or send it in a little farther, but these tires, you just have to get them up where they need to be, where it's a challenge for those first couple of laps.
Well, and it wasn't even just from some back markers there at the beginning. It was from our pole sitter, Craig Jancic. He is currently out of this race. Looks like he's finally towed back to pit lane, and maybe is back on, or at least maybe it was SDK not being correct on my side. But he is currently showing for me back in 30th position after getting out there and grabbing the pole, and even Chris Hamilton had a little bit of issues trying to kind of straighten him out there a little bit. Not sure if it did any damage to his car, but he's back there in 7th position. Right now, Clayton Montgomery out the lead, and the man that is not going to win this race, Alan Elwood, is in 2nd place. Certainly a great start there for the 5. Cesar Colon Torres, we know he's coming over there from CSRL. He's not a slouch. He's the defending AM-Class champion from last season over there in CSRL, having a great start here in 3rd position. But it is it's pretty wild out there right now. As you got Frank Pisano up there in 4th over there from CSRL. Andrew Perleschi in 5th. Chris Hamilton back now to 6th. Jack Stoneman, Grady Gerken, Paul Owens, and Rick Wishon for your top 10. It's been a crazy start to this race. I know it's only 30 minutes long. You got to get after it right away. But what I thought was kind of funny is you look at the standings after race number 1 when it comes to the leagues out there, and I guess shouldn't be surprised that the last place team, Core GT, and the third last place team, CSRL, are 2 GT series that we cover. And not surprising that they weren't exactly up to snuff on the oval side, but either way they put in some good performances. Core GT best finisher Dave Tilford finishes up there in 11th. Obviously we've seen Craig Jancic trying to get that win. He finished up there on the podium. But real quick, go over the winners from race number 1. Obviously the oval winner, Alan Elwood, going to bring home the $60 for winning that one. 2nd place, $30 going to go to Tyler Skoczen. 3rd place, $15 going to go to Craig Jancic. 4th place, Andrew Perleschi getting $10. 5th place, Clayton Montgomery for 5. Then you got Michael Pratt up 25 positions, is going to get the hard charger, $10. And then the rear charger, thought it was going to go to Todd Merkel. He was back, I think, 32 positions, but actually going to go to Bryce Reiner, down 43 positions. So what could have been maybe for CSRL there, as they had Reiner up there towards the front. And then obviously the driver of the race for the oval, going out to your vote for Brayden Carlson. But we're here now in the road race, and we're here under the lights here at Charlotte now, and seeing a lot of passing and some more incidents right there. You've seen it on your screen. Looks
that
like
is not a turn you go 3 wide in.
And still got some more racing action going on after that as well. So this thing is far from over, but out front, Clayton Montgomery leads this thing by about a half a second. He's got Alan Elwood right behind him, and big incident. That is the 38, I believe, getting sent in hard. I think that was teammate on teammate action there from the Ace Motorsports team from over there in CSRL. As you're looking at Frank Pisano, and I think it was his teammate that got into the back of him there heading into the little bus stop there in the front stretch.
Yeah, just a little close one. Obviously, everybody trying to get out there and get at it. Here's Clayton Montgomery leading the way here. So Ovaler's out front here. Clayton Montgomery and Alan Elwood. Obviously, they talk about the don't care for the road racing as much, but they're definitely doing what they need to do to get some good up for getting some good finishes. But we'll even go back to another Ovaler here with in 4th place. So with Andrew Perleschi up 9 spots. So just kind of taking over. One of the drivers that we kind of see at over at CSRL there is Cesar Colon Torres there with CSRL. Obviously, doing a good job.
They say they're just oval guys, but they clearly have talent in almost any situation of driving that they're in, as you can see during this race right now. And it's great to see them up on top like that too.
What's crazy is again, you get down. We got another incident there as a 28. Cesar Colon Torres gets into the wall. But I was just about to say, you get to see what these drivers do. Maybe outside of their comfort zone. Like I said, Andrew Perleschi, we're used to seeing him on Thursday nights and VVR. doing very well, leading the point standings in the ARCA cars over there. But now this is the first time we get to see him on the roadside and what he can do, battling right now with Chris Hamilton through the infield here of Charlotte. And really a good start from up 8 positions, started up there in 13th, but already climbed up into the top 5 with all the incidents going on in front. But you get to see what all these drivers can do against each other, and see who is really the cream of the crop across the leagues. Obviously, the 2 leagues that we cover GT-wise being CSRL on Wednesday nights and then the Core GT on Thursdays. And just kind of to give a little plug to our guys out there. For Core, if you're looking for oval or road, we kind of got you covered on both sides. If you're looking for road or oval racing on Tuesday nights, we have the Core Xfinity Series, which has got, well, pretty much as many guys as you see out here right now. Currently, we have 55 drivers signed up for the season, and don't get too scared about that. We are still accepting more drivers into the series, but what we were going to do is, if there is a race that has 50 or more drivers, it is going to get split into 2 sessions. You're going to have the qualifying, and just like in NASCAR, maybe not now anymore, but when they had so many drivers out there, you had to qualify into the race. That's what you're gonna have to do. You're gonna have to qualify to get into the top split race. That'll be the broadcasted one, and then everyone else will go to the top 30 will go to the top split, and then the rest of the field will go to the second split race. So still accepting more drivers for that one as the season starts on Tuesday nights. $10 gets you in for the entire season, which includes playoffs and a championship race at Auto Club at the end. And then over in the Core GT Series on Thursday nights is when that runs. It's the same thing, $10 entry fee for the season. They're already through the first 2 races of the season, as they just raced Interlagos for race number 2 on Thursday night. But Road America coming up on this coming Thursday is going to be race number 3, and you still have a chance to get in there, and you still have a chance to get in there for for the points as well, as there is 2 drop races for the series. So technically, if you want to get in there, you haven't missed anything yet. And that series isn't exactly, waiting for drivers either. 34 drivers signed up and paid for that season as well, and still getting some more coming in this week as well. So could get closer to 40 for that one. But out here, out front, it is Clayton Montgomery, Alan Elwood, Jack Stoneman, another one. Stoneman, where you've seen him on the oval side, doing pretty dang well up here in 3rd place. Chris Hamilton, he can kind of do it all out there, whether it's road, oval. Get him out there on dirt. He's not bad either, especially on the dirt road. He's up there in 4th place.
Really good. I'm just saying.
It does. I guess
a little bipartisan. I painted it.
Little biased, a little tugging at our heartstrings. I like it. Already Jimmy's driver of the race, clearly. but yeah, I mean, it's been a great start. Andrew Pileshi up there in 5th. Cesar Colon Torres had a little bit of a spin, a little bit of a wreck, but still up there in 6th. Paul Owens, a heck of a drive out here in 7th place as well. He's just kind of getting his feet wet on the roadside at this season, joining the Core GT after running a ton of the oval stuff with Core. Grady Gerken, another guy that's kind of known for the ovals. We've seen him in the road here and there. He's up there in 8th. Rick Bashan, a new one here to Core, getting out there tonight. Trent Blaylock in 10th. But all in all, we've seen a lot of mix-ups there in the beginning. But ultimately, what we're looking at is we're getting close to that halfway point already. This is a quick little 30-minute race.
Yeah, quick little race, and you kind of see where some of obviously we know it's a mixed field here with the oval drivers and the road drivers, but everybody always kind of wants to get out there and try something new. Well, most people do. If you're an avid sim racer, most drivers have dabbled a little bit in the road racing, whether it's the GT series or fixed or the Mazdas or something. I know if we did this like Mazdas, Chris Hamilton would be he would race those 24/7. I think he drives gets a chance to drive that style car in real life, and really loves that stuff. So I know that he definitely excels at those. But it does look like we're trying to go around here, try to catch some of the cars. So like I said, just appreciate everybody kind of stopping in and seeing everybody have some fun, putting their hair down, just kind of having fun, maybe out of their comfort zone just a little bit, aka Alan. Doing a great job out here, and we've seen some early incidents, obviously, with the cold tires. Wasn't able to run back and catch those, but everybody's kind of got out and around. You can see up on the track map how spread out everybody is, and now the leaders are kind of having to deal with some of the lap traffic now. Whether somebody came in, got a fast repair, got back out there, or decided to call it. But everybody's still doing a pretty decent job. And Carl, this track can be pretty tricky with the size of these curves.
Yeah, got real close to action right there with Daniel Pinkston and not sure if that was Tiffany Ellis up in front, but yeah, I mean,
that was a great shot.
these are sausage curbs to the max here at Charlotte, especially going through the bus stop right there, and then even coming into the final little chicane here. But you're going slow enough that these sausage curbs, you can dabble a little bit with them. You can test out the sausage a little bit, the sausage, but definitely going through the bus stop. I try and avoid them. It's just. I know sometimes you can hook them and they help you get around the corners, but I try and avoid the sausages at every track like the plague. They're a recipe for disaster for sure. But it's a Roval, and you want to think of some of the other the Rovals out there. Obviously Daytona. It's not really necessarily known as Roval, even though it is. It's the Daytona road course. It's known for the Rolex 24. But here at Charlotte, this is a chance to get to see the Roval course here with cars that are, they're made for the Roval. They're made for road racing here with the GT3s. Not necessarily NASCAR, Xfinity trucks. They're not made for going road racing. They do it, and not saying they can't. And there's certainly drivers that are better at it than others. But here you get to see what the Roval looks like with with some cars that can handle it out here with the GT. But Alan, I'm gonna kick it over to you. This is your first season, obviously getting out of the car, hopping up in the booth, and we talked about it a little bit off air. But the difference of sitting back here, watching 40 plus cars out here go around this track, and the things that you see up here in the booth that you don't see out there in the track.
Yeah, absolutely. There's a lot of things. It depends on the track, obviously, in terms of positions and things like that. But especially for like a track like this with this many drivers, there's just a lot of things going on. I mean, you clearly see on the tower there how many people are, changing positions, gaining positions, losing positions. I mean, some of these drivers. Like Matthew Simmons, for instance, currently in P16, 20 positions up. Unbelievable. It's crazy. Tiffany Ellis, also 20 positions up. Jeremy Gill, 21 positions up. Anything can happen in an instance with this amount of pace and this tight of a track. Especially when it comes to some of those turns like we saw in the beginning where the car gets a little unloaded and the track kind of squeezes together and doesn't really allow for 3 cars to go through.
Yeah,
so
a little bit of a cattle shoot there after you get out of turn number 1. It's certainly not kosher at all. As I know my PC is not liking these cars going through the infield here on the light, as I'm sure some other systems out there are dealing with it as well. But it's it seems like it's maybe calmed down a little bit after some of the other early issues out there, and we're starting to see the drivers kind of spread out here a little bit. It's still a small little lead, 0.3 of a second from Clayton Montgomery to Alan Elwood at the front. Jack Stoneman in third, Christopher Hamilton and Andrew Pleshy for your top 5. We'll once we get closer to about 5 minutes left, we'll put up another poll for this race. Let everyone out there in CRN Nation vote on the driver of the race here for the night race here at Charlotte for the CRN Cup. But once again, a reminder to everyone, especially those that are just tuning in here, make sure you are subscribed to CRN. Make sure you're typing something there in the chat here tonight, because everyone that is subscribed and is viewing this event by typing something in, whether it's hey, I'm rooting for this driver, or just saying hi to us, it'll get you in the mix and in the running for a free custom T-shirt from Kim's Cups and more. And certainly check them out on Facebook, as they really helped us out here putting on a spectacular event for all the drivers. Check them out on Facebook. It's Kim's with a K and Cups with a K to take a look at what they got up there. They got some pretty cool custom tumblers and T-shirts, and if there's something that you want straight from what they already have designed, you can get that. If you want something similar or something completely custom made, they can pretty much do whatever you need. So certainly check them out and thank them for helping put on this this fabulous event out here. So it looks like Grady Gerken maybe having some issues here, bringing it into the pits here, as he was up there in 13th position. Not sure what the issue was here for the 46, but we got a new. Oh no, never mind. I thought we had a new leader out front as SDK just still trying to work through the kinks here. But one thing is,
looks like we got 2 battles. Yeah.
We got a couple battles going on for the lead. Got Clayton Montgomery's been leading over Alan Elwood. I'm sure Alan's just kind of happy where he's at, and if he gets the opportunity, we'll try to make the move on Clayton, as those two have raced around each other on the ovals for quite some time. Jack Stoneman up there with Christopher Hamilton battling there back for P number 3. And then you have, see, Andrew Paleshi's back there in 5th. Rick Wilson doing a good job up 2 spots in 6th. Trent Blaylock doing a good job coming up through. He's up 10 spots in 7th. Paul Owens up 10 spots in 8th. Cesar Colon Torres, he was up a little bit farther, but got his nose taken off. As you can see, the Corvette, good thing that there's lots of lights around the track. He doesn't need them. And then back to Matthew Simmons. Didn't get a chance to run in the oval, but out here up 23 spots, currently in P number 13. So doing a fantastic job avoiding all the wrecks, getting around here. So Matt's got some driving skills out there, and trying to make things happen. And then you got Jim Dutton finally out there in the Ferrari here tonight, and P number 15. He's up 11 spots. Dave Tilford has fallen a few spots back into P number 16. Your biggest loser right now would happen to be Tyler Skoczen, as he is still sitting in the pits down 21 spots. And then Bryce, again, I think just having bad luck, down 37 spots in P number 42. And Frank Pisano back there and down 34 spots as well. And P45, as he has that, he had a good run going, just ended up losing it there early on, and obviously not a lot of time to regain stuff. Ooh, and you can see him take the right there in front of him. Chris Hamilton. Oh, what a race there. See, I get excited. I love it.
What a spin right there, and it's cost Stoneman some track position and some positions here, but to spin in the cattle chute right there, a great job by Chris Hamilton of avoiding the incident right there and getting around the 25 of Stoneman spinning there, and even a couple more cars just sneaking on by. I mean, that could have easily been a few of our top 5 drivers destroyed in this race, and luckily for Stoneman and for Hamilton, they both had a sizable lead here on Andrew Paleschi running back here in 5th. Stoneman only dropping 1 position, sliding in. I mean, to me, that's kind of an Austin Powers location right there. You can certainly slide the car sideways where he did. The fact that he could just do a J-turn and get out of that thing, that was a pretty great job just getting back out there in the mix.
Yep.
But you see why it started. A little too much sausage. You gotta stay off those sausages.
He was hungry. Yeah, there's
hopefully Chris Hamilton can stay there on the pole and P3. I'd love to ask him what he thought about that situation right there.
I mean, we might have to pull him in just for the best looking car out there.
Yeah, that too. Yeah, that is a really good looking car.
I will have to say that was inspired by Parkhurst. So he was running a paint scheme. I liked it. I just kind of mimicked it a little bit and changed colors, and it fit the CRN scheme just perfectly. So just shout out to him for, because I talked to him before I did it and made sure it was okay, and he was all right with me utilizing his well thought out idea, and it just worked really well for. He had it on I think it was a vet, and I moved it over to a McLaren.
he's got the right number too, and the car. Both my number in motocross racing, and he's driving the McLaren. So it's a double win.
Speaking of cars, why don't we go ahead and crank these cars up here? Me and the boys here are going to get together here a little bit, try and decide who the 4 drivers we're going to throw up there for the driver of the race. And this one will get you another vote up there. But enjoy the sights and sounds here of all of these drivers out here from all the leagues on CRN. We'd love to hear it.
Love to hear it.
To the final 5 minutes here of this race, and the poll should just be going up right now for the driver of the race, and going to be 4 different drivers for this one. It's going to be Paul Owens currently running up there in the top 10. He's up 8 spots in 10th place. Then we got Matthew Simmons going for the hard charger as well. He's up 23 spots, as mentioned earlier, up there in 13th position, doing a heck of a job moving his way up through the field here after not being on the race in the oval side. Tiffany Ellis doing a great job in 22nd right now, but she's up to 19 spots. I mean, that is a fantastic start there for the Canadian. Then you got Jeremy Gill also up 18 positions back there in 25th. So some of the drivers starting at the back here. You don't necessarily need to qualify for some of these GT3 races, and you know, there's times Jimmy, I know we've done it, and I don't know about you, Alan, but sometimes, you know, starting from the pits or starting, you know, from the back of these fields, especially in like the endurance races, not really a bad choice.
No, sometimes, especially with these new tire models, it's like a safer bet. You know, give yourself a little bit of space, let the chaos happen, and then just work your way through. If you got an endurance event, it's definitely a place that you can find yourself making up a lot of positions. Matter of fact, if I'm not mistaken, during our last event at the spot 24, the winners were they came out of the pits. If I'm not mistaken, it was like I think it was like 50 some positions gained or something, and they went ahead and ended up winning the race. We did work with them for quite some time to help them save fuel at towards the end of the race as well. So making some friends on the track when we could. Obviously, we didn't have the results.
Nothing.
Yeah, we didn't have the results we wanted, but I mean, it was still a lot of fun, and that's where me and Carl get our races in, was on these special events.
Yes.
Yeah, right. But you might catch us out there occasionally, but tonight it is all about each and every single league. It is about the fans. It is about the viewers. It's about just kind of having fun here on a Saturday night, just letting the hair down, just doing a quick little race that it's not going to hurt your safety rating. Might hurt your feelings if you get wrecked and you finish worse than what you want. But either way, it's a good finish here. Let's talk about maybe feelings being hurt. Craig Jancic, I talked to him earlier. This is his forte. This guy has some serious speed on a road course, and has made his way, after falling back through the field, has made his way back up into P number 6. It doesn't look like it since he's still down 6 positions, but he has come through the field of a diversity of drivers here at the Charlotte Roval, and is doing a fantastic job.
I mean, listen, we've seen Craig dominate from the front more often than not over in CSRL, but tonight maybe he's got a little taste of what gets me going. And Jimmy, it probably as well as anybody out there. Sometimes you just need to get me a little pissed off. I start driving a little bit better. The times start coming down, and I start going after it. I need somebody or something to just irritate me, and all of a sudden I lock in. I start going after it. Well, maybe Craig's got that right now. Exactly. He's got the bit in his teeth here tonight as he's had to work back. He got the pole exactly what he wanted. He's up there with Chris Hamilton, and then he biffs it coming to the start of the race, and he's been having a fight back ever since. But I'll be damned if he's not going to try and get all the way back up here, at least into the top 5, as he's already caught up to Andrew Pileshi here, trying to get up there into that top 5 and maybe have an outside chance of coming up to talking to us. But it's going to be.
I think we're on white flag, aren't we?
Yeah, it's going to be a bit to catch back up. As we're on white flag. Yeah, it's really not liking it yet. Indeed, we are a white flag here. One more lap to go. Still got a chance to get up in the top 5. Not going to get a chance to talk to us, but yeah, my PC is not loving me right now. It's really hating life. But it's been a heck of a race. Excuse me. Once again, before we we kind of get towards the end here, I want to thank everyone out there once again for tuning in here tonight. Reaching a max of 52 viewers here at one point, and that's unbelievable. That's fantastic, and thank you everybody for tuning in. And again, make sure you are subscribed to CRN. It doesn't cost you anything. This thing is not over just yet. But as I was saying, it doesn't cost you anything to subscribe.
Stoneman did it again.
Same corner. And it gets you in touch with everything that CRN has to offer. But for tonight, it gets you a little bit more. It gets you a chance to win a free custom t-shirt from Kim's Cups and More. If you just subscribe and you type a little message in there in the chat, we will we'll get you in the running for one of 2 custom t-shirts. But again, we're on the white flag. Clayton Montgomery looking to capitalize here tonight. He didn't get a chance to get up there and mix it up for the win on the oval side. He was not going to be denied a win here tonight. He's going to come home as the winner here in the Core Cup road race. As he comes home, the winner, Alan Elwood. We'll get to talk to him again, and maybe we shouldn't even talk to him after he just lied straight to our faces. And comes home in second place here tonight. Chris Hamilton, a good fight back. He comes home in third. Jancic is going to get up there into the top 5. He's going to finish in 4th as he gets around Pileshi as well after the battle with Stoneman. Stoneman, unfortunately, going to finish back there in 7th, but what a heck of a race here, gentlemen, for just another fantastic one. Alan, we'll start with you. What's your recap here of this road race?
I think it was exciting, extremely exciting, especially the start. I mean, you had some really fast guys some winners in the last race that unfortunately just got into that bad, GT3 cold tire mix and caused a domino effect. I know Tyler Skoczen was one of them. Austin Call, I think, was one of them. I know Jack Peterson was one of them. I saw his car spinning out there. The start is just so crucial in some of these sprint races, and I think it's really important to, try to do everything you can to keep out of those situations. But, ultimately a extremely fun, extremely fast-paced
Did Andrew Pelletti run out of gas?
He might have.
He did.
Yeah.
He's still dropping through the order. He's in 12th place right now. So 5th place is actually going to go to Rick Sean for this one. As they're trying to. They're going to
want him to get across the line.
Well, I think they're lining up here for a little celebration. Andrew Pelletti is just trying to cross the line. So
He didn't get it. He needs a bump. Somebody bump him.
There we go.
Jimmy, what are your thoughts here? I mean, we've seen a ton of cars out here. This is definitely the most we've ever put on here for CRN. I know we've been talking with CSRL, and they're really trying to hit that 40 mark on Wednesday night. We got to see 45 cars here take the green flag here tonight under the lights at Charlotte.
Yeah, it's it's a lot of people to be out on the track. It takes a lot of patience between all drivers. And CSRL has if you ever watch the CSRL races, how much work that they do with each other in order to make sure they give each other room at the start. So now they've had their issues at times, but they definitely have a relationship with each other as drivers to kind of give themselves space, because they're out there for 45 minutes. And they do get one fast repair. So if something happens early on, they can get into their pits and they can, get the fast repair and take fuel. And the other thing that's kind of nice about CSRL, which I really like, is that they start with I think they start with a half a tank of gas, and it's not enough to go the whole way. So they have to pit. But if something happens and early, they pit and they're not out of the race. They can get in, they can get the fast repair and take fuel, and then get back out there and be able to run. Now that driver is usually a little more quiet towards the end in the back, and they have to work their way through the field. But after the pit stops happen, they come back, and they're usually, if they're a top driver, they're usually back within the top 5 and even the top 3, depending on how fast they're able to work their way through. So that is
it's
one
like
of the best formats.
Yeah,
one of the best formats I think that I've seen for road racing for a league, and it works out really well. And a bunch of great drivers over there. So highly recommend, if you don't have anything to do Wednesday nights, you want a road race, go over and visit CSRL. They're looking for a couple more drivers. Matter of fact, one of their sponsors, 40 Racewear, they make gloves and boots and all kinds of other stuff, and he's already started to make trophies as well. They said if he gets 40, they're going to auction off basically like a random, somebody's going to get a pair of shoes. So if you need a pair of racing shoes and you want to race Wednesdays, why not go join CSRL? They're looking for 40. They're usually sitting around that 34, 35. They've had as close as 38. So they're right there at the edge. They just need the drivers to show up. So if you're
They'll
free,
make you faster too.
yeah, and get over there. Yeah, if you have
You
good
were racing
shoes.
you get faster.
I mean, I'm racing in Crocs. I should probably go visit 40 Racewear and get myself a set of shoes myself, and maybe I will. So we'll find out. But good race here tonight, as Clayton Montgomery and then Alan Elwood and Christopher Hamilton will be your top 3. Just to kind of, I know we're going to get those in the booth here quickly here, and then end this thing shortly therefore after. But we'll go down just a quick order here, as the action was intense all race, and you can see Clayton Montgomery over Alan Elwood and Christopher Hamilton for your top 3. Craig Jancic fights back for P number 4. Rick Wishon in there in 5th. Jack Stoneman, Bill Burrell, Glenn Lawson, Paul Owens, Dave Tilford, Jim Dutton, Andrew Pelletti, Trent Blaylock, Grady Gerken, Brayden Carlson, Rob Higgs, TJ Ivey, Gordon Larson for your top 18. and then back through the field here. If SDK will work with me, please. Maybe. There you go. 19th, Jack Peterson ran a dilemma back there. And 20th, Cesar Colon Torres. And 21st, Casey Shu. And 22nd, Jeremy Gill, Todd Merkel, Shane King, Alex Jaspers, Jacen Chrisman, Tiffany Ellis, Paul Helms, Brandon Mettler, Foster Yates, Matthew Simmons, Michael Pratt, Kevin Foster, Luis Orduna, Bryce Reiner, Matt Ulmer. For your 37, 38 is Justin Spengler, Kelly Akron, Tyler Skoczen, Austin Call, Daniel Pinkston, Christopher Dyke, Frank Pisano, Andrew Jones, Don King, and Eric Blount. So appreciate all them drivers that came out to drive tonight, Carl.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll get our top drivers in here, and before we do that, want to bring in our driver of the race for the first race, as we didn't get to talk to him before, but that is going to be Brayden Carlson. Brayden, you were voted the driver of the race in the oval side. Didn't get a chance to talk to you after the race last time out there on the oval side, but I guess kind of give us an idea of how the oval race there went at Charlotte with the Xfinity, and I know maybe not as well as you would like to hear on the road, but it certainly went pretty well for you in the Xfinity.
Well, I've been trying my hand at the Xfinity now. A couple of my friends have been trying to convince me to start doing it, and just been doing it more and more. And I think the key was just staying out of the wrecks. There's quite a few wrecks we had or throughout that race, the Xfinity race, and yeah, just avoiding them and keeping a good pace. That was kind of the key to getting that.
Well, it got you enough to get you the votes for the driver of the race. So, congrats on that. Do you want to give a shout out to the fans or anybody else out there before we let you go?
Yeah, sure. CRN for broadcasting. This is a pretty fun event you guys put on. Jack, who was spotting me for that race, and Liam being my strategist for that race as well. Shout out to those guys and you guys, of course.
All right, buddy. Well, congrats on being the fan favorite for sure in race number 1. We'll let you go celebrate, and I'm sure we'll see you out there on the track in the core series.
Thanks.
That is your oval driver of the race, Brayden Carlson. Now we'll get to our top 3 here tonight, and third place as. My SDK really got wonky now, but third place here tonight is going to be Chris Hamilton, and we'll do the same thing. Alan, why don't you go ahead and take our third place finisher here tonight?
All right, Chris Hamilton, congratulations! You got third place. We saw on the broadcast you battling it out with Jack Stoneman. You wanna shed some details on that?
Really wasn't much of a fight with Stoneman as if it was survival. Oh my god. I will admit myself and Craig were helmets at the start. If I did cause that, I'm sorry, Craig. I was between you and a wall. But my car was messed up from lap 1, but it wasn't black flag worthy, and we were already super close on fuel, and I'm like, well, my best bet is to just stay up here unless the damage is too catastrophic. Luckily, it was still good enough to run 116s, so I was like, all right, I really wasn't fighting Jack. I was just kind of chilling behind him until he messed up, and then I saw that we had a gap there, and I was like, all right, well, let me do it. Let me try fuel saving, and luckily it worked out this time.
Yeah, we saw he had a spin out right in front of you, it looked like, that you nearly missed. Was that a brown pants moment for you, or you were just kind of like, all right, thank you?
Between the oval race and the road race, I'm gonna need a new pair of pants. Like, yeah, that was the whole time. So yes, it was a code brown. There was multiple code browns in it. I recorded all of it, so I get to watch it back and maybe see that a little bit on the broadcast. But overall, I think survival was from both races.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, is there anybody you want to give a shout out to or thanks?
A huge shout out to Jimmy Covert for this beautiful CRN McLaren. Did a fantastic job on it.
That was a great looking car.
Jimmy was drooling all race.
Hopefully I made that car look good for you guys. Huge shout out to all the leagues that came out. We couldn't have done it without everyone's participation. I'm sure we're going to some things for next time. We'll see you go back from the drawing board. I wish I can did a little better in the oval race. And thank you guys for the broadcast. Hope you guys had fun.
Oh yeah, it was definitely entertaining. Thank you.
That is your third place finisher here tonight in the CRN Cup road race. Chris Hamilton. Second place is going to be the biggest liar of the second place finisher is going to be Alan Elwood. Jimmy, why don't you go ahead and take Alan?
Alan, well, I know you can race, and I kind of had a feeling that you'd be up front, and never fear. Alan Elwood is here, and you were there for the majority of the race, following Clayton around here tonight. It had to feel good to kind of come out here and be able to just have a pretty successful race, knowing that you're not super comfortable in these road cars.
Yeah, I mean, talk about lucky. Holy crap. The first two corners set the race for me, really. So I hate it for the guys that stuff happened to, because I know they were faster, and Craig especially, that he had the field smoked according to qualifying, and I knew he was going to be fast, so hate it for him. But overall, I mean, EDE 1-2, I can't really complain about that. That's for sure. And I was super happy just to ride there. I wasn't going to pressure Clayton. There's no need to. Him and I just were happy out front. Trying not to mess each other's race up, but also trying to navigate. There was a lot of lap traffic, so trying to navigate all that at the same time. There was no need to pressure and take us out of the situation that we were in. So overall, I mean, couldn't have asked for a better night. So I'm super happy.
Yeah, it's definitely a great night. Obviously, you guys have always been a class act when it comes to race around each other and other drivers. So we always really appreciate seeing you out there, and always enjoy knowing that you have some success, even if it's something that you don't care for very much. So we want to say congratulations, man, and on the second place finish. Your I rating needs to be higher in road racing, so stop sandbagging. And just want to say congratulations, buddy. It's like I said, it's a treat, and just to thank you for everything that you do for Core, and give you some time for any shouts you might have in that car tonight.
Well, I appreciate the kind words, Jimmy. It's a treat to be here and be involved with it, and try to see this league grow and do these fun events. It was a lot of fun tonight. Super stoked with the turnout, and see how many guys actually did race tonight. It was definitely a lot of fun. But yeah, just big shout out to the team, Simrat Market, Roderick Racing Development, VRS, just everybody involved with our team operation. It's always fantastic to have the success that we do have and keep it rolling, but also be involved here with you guys up here in the booth, as well as everybody in the league and all that. It was a great night. Really happy, but I'm ready to get the regular season rolling in Xfinity and see what we got.
And we're looking forward to seeing what the 5 machine can do for the newest Xfinity series about to start up here on Tuesday nights. So if you're out there, you're a fan of Alan, you're a fan of his paints, look him up. I'll hook you up with some great paints and some support for CRN here. So again, Alan, congratulations, and we'll see you on Tuesday.
Thanks, Jimmy. Thanks, guys.
That is your second place finisher here tonight in the road race, Alan Elwood. First place, getting it done here tonight. I'm sure he would like to be up here talking to us already, getting a podium and getting a win over in the oval race. But Clayton, you're not exactly that bad on the road either, getting the win here tonight.
Yeah, Alan could have beat me. I don't know what he was doing, but I'll take it.
I can tell you what happened. He was running a little bit low on his conscience after completely lying to our face that he was not going to talk to us in the road race. He sucks on the road, and he's probably going to finish top 15. So his conscience was working on him. He's like, I can't go out there and win this thing. I got to just sandbag a little bit and let Clayton win this thing.
Yeah, I don't know what he did, and I don't know since the last time we did road racing, but he stayed with me. I don't know what he's doing.
Well, listen, I mean, lap one, you come out of there. Obviously, you get a good qualifying spot up there in the top 5, but you had to do a little bit of dodge, dip, diving, and dodging out there to get yourself up to that top spot.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, I saw was it first and second. I think they both kind of got a little sideways coming out, and then I don't know who it was, but they overshot turn one, and they bounced. I could see that they were gonna bounce back, and all I was thinking was just don't bounce back all the way back in front of me. And then in my mirror, I saw that he bounced back a little bit and took out quite a bit of people. And after a few laps, I could tell that it was just me and Alan, and I was like, all I gotta do is just keep her clean. But I didn't expect that much lap traffic, so it was still pretty nerve-wracking trying to get around everybody.
Well, you got around enough people to get you the win here tonight, and held off Allen, or just drove in front of him and let him get you. And whatever the case was, you got it done here tonight. So, congrats on the win here in the CRN Cup road race. Before we let you go and get out of here and celebrate, who do you want to give a shout out to or thanks?
You guys, once again, I'll put all these things on, weekly or these special events. Taking time out of broadcasting them. Alan for having a good oval race and road race. I didn't perform as well as I'd liked on the oval, but we'll take a top 5. And then once again, everybody on the team that does their paints and sponsors, EDE, Simrat Market, VRS, Roderick Racing Development.
All right, buddy. Well, congrats again on the win here tonight. We'll let you go celebrate. We'll certainly see you out there in the GT series, which I know you're already performing well over there. So congrats again, and we'll let you go celebrate.
All right, thank you. See you.
That is your top spot finisher here tonight in the CRN Cup road race, Clayton Montgomery. Last but not least, we thought about getting her up there in the Hold Your Brakes Academy race the other night, but you fans out there wanted her up here tonight, and that is going to be Tiffany Ellis, the driver of the race here in the CRN Cup road race. Tiffany, welcome to the booth. You finally get you up here.
Finally made it.
So talk to me about the chaos that this race was. I mean, obviously, one of the reasons we had you as one of those top 4 for driver of the race, you had to pass a buttload of people out there. I mean, you had 45 drivers out there in the field. You started back there in 41st. I mean, towards the very back of the field, you made it through half of the cars out there.
Yeah, I didn't qualify. I just wanted to stay out of the chaos that was about to happen in turn 1 and going through, I knew that was about to happen and just tried to survive. That's all I did.
Well, that was certainly the name of the game for quite a bit of this race. Do you have some GT3 experience out there? Do you have some experience here at the Roval that kind of carried over in here tonight?
I have a little bit. I've got to a C level. I did the 6 hours at Watkins Glen, so I have a little bit of experience, and it kind of carries over. Just be easy, and just slower is faster.
Exactly. Well, it worked out here tonight. Like I said, I mean, you passed literally half the field almost out here, passing 20 drivers. So congrats on the finish up here. And I guess it gives some time to thank all the fans out there. I know you've been waiting and trying to get up there in the booth on the normal league night, but you get yourself up here because of the fans. They vote you in here as the driver of the race.
Thank those fans. I appreciate it big time.
All right, before we let you go and get out of here and celebrate, anybody you want to give a shout out to?
Yeah, just the pinups for vets and Hold Your Brakes Academy. Such a great group of guys to run with, and learned a lot from them.
All right, Tiffany. Well, congrats on getting the driver of the race here and getting up here and finally talking to me and Jimmy and Alan as well. But I'm sure we'll see you. I'm sure at some point over there in the Hold Your Brakes
you'll
Academy.
see me.
You've been turning up there in these last couple of races. You've been turning up there, so we'll see what happens. But take some time to celebrate this one. We'll see you soon.
Yeah, see you soon. Have a good night, guys. Thank you.
You too. Bye.
Bye.
Driver of the race here in the CRN Cup road race is going to be the 87 out there, Tiffany Ellis, getting it done. Guys, well, I'll give each of you some time to kind of recap this here tonight. But if I can just sum it up all in one word here, I would say success.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, it's the drivers that make it successful. As much as fun as it is to do these things, if they didn't show up, we want to have anybody to broadcast. We want to have the fans out there, and we definitely want to be out here pretty much every night doing this for everybody. So we really appreciate it. It is an honor to allow each league to have CRN put on the show for you, so you can come back and watch it as whether you're watching it because you're racing or you're watching it because you're out of town or just your family members can see what they're doing. But it's an honor, and we will continue to do it as long as we can before our computers crap out or something happens to us. But I'm here for the long haul, so looking forward to many more races to come.
Yeah, I think if we have the kind of turnouts like we did this time, we may have to have 2 splits for the CRN Cup for next time, just so computers survive. But Alan, why don't you give us your recap here tonight?
Yeah, I think both the races, the oval and the Royal were great. Both of them were extremely intense because of the car count. Some of the drivers that pulled through, like Matthew, for instance, unbelievable amount of talent. And some of the drivers that kind of held off and stayed in the back of the pack and waited to see what happened and keep out of the mayhem, I think was the smartest, biggest strategy, big time. So I'm, crazy, just insane. Insane amount of talent. Insane. That's the best way that I think I can describe both these races, is just just insane. Just insane fun.
That's your one word. That's your one word, insane.
Yeah,
right?
insane
Not
fun.
exactly a bad word for sure. Well,
So,
once again,
wow.
once again, I want to thank everyone out there for tuning in. I want to thank all the leagues for participating. Again, check us out pretty much every night of the week here on CRN. Sunday nights, we got the 191 Motorsports, so tune in tomorrow night. You'll get to see that. Hold Your Brakes Academy on Monday nights. Tuesdays, the Core Xfinity. Wednesday, CSRL. And then Thursday, the doubleheader with VVR and with the Core GT series. It's been a blast covering all these series every week, week in and week out. It's fun for myself, Jimmy, for Alan, and for Jack. I know they're enjoying it here. They're only a couple races in, but they're loving every minute of it as well. And it's all a pleasure to put out there to you fans. So hit that like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. But for myself, Jimmy, and Alan here from the CRN Cup at Charlotte, we'll see you at the track.
Thank you. See you guys later.